little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, gon' hit your stride. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the grooves get good, don't right to left. Shut up, y'all. We got grab the tread. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. Let's stretch and walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Good things. Lord, I love you. So I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. My eyes can't get it right. Faith will be my God. Through the trouble. When I don't understand, I will surrender to your plan for me. Clap your hands, everybody. I say to me, don't tell me now. Chase it, yeah, put some more. You know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. I will trust you. So here I let my feet die. That's why I'm walking. Yeah. My eyes can't get it right. Yeah. Faith will be my guide. And even through the trouble, I understand. I'll relinquish all my plans.
Good Lord, open up doors, take me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like it. Don't fail me now.
Tell you like I am, my faith, oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, I say I am. I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, will be for my guide. When I don't understand, I surrender to your plan for me. Anybody out going? Yeah, see I am. Get a witness.
I'm walking. Wherever you may lead. Yeah.
My faith. Sing. Grandmama and them. Don't let get Papa.
How's life? How's it going? Yeah, it's going. Been hard times, but ain't trying to show it. Got work in the morning, then running around till it's time for dining. Might grab a drink, yeah, you wanna meet me to chat about a thing that ain't really a thing. Got too much going on, I'm all out of focus. Need to make up my mind in need of a sign. Just give me a sign. Wanna get it right, ain't trying to waste my time. If I change my mind, it's alright, it's okay. If I take some time to figure it out, it'll work out. No, there's more waiting out there for me, waiting for me. I'm walking through that door, embracing an opportunity, waiting for me. I don't tomorrow is now. Ain't throwing no towels, taking up burdens that keep weighing me down. Feeling light, yeah, ready for flight. My glass I was turning, making minutes with burning. East and west, up and down in circles, regaining my focus in need of a sign. Just give me a sign. Get it right, love and living my life. I changed my mind. It's alright, it's okay. I take some time to figure it out. It'll work out. No, there's more waiting out there for me, waiting for me. Walk through that door, embracing endless opportunity, waiting for me. I changed my mind. It's alright, it's okay, it's okay. If I take some time to figure it out, it'll work out. No, there's more waiting out there for me, waiting for me. I'm walking through that door, embracing endless opportunity, waiting for me.
Everyone has money consciousness all the time. It's just the side of the equation you're going to be on. In our community, we have really focused on the basics: food, clothing, shelter. We have those things handled. We feel like everything is okay. And that's because we think about survival and not thriving. So we have a money mindset that's specifically tuned to survive, like meaning you can come right up to the edge and something awesome, amazing, maybe, call it a miracle happens, and then it pulls you back, and we celebrate that, but that's not abundance.
Right.
Abundance is this idea of having more than enough.
I know what depression is, though. I've had some of those bouts lately. You go through these times when you just get restless and depressed. Most people like me, public figures, wouldn't mention, especially preachers. Preachers are some of the most depressed and sometimes depressing people I know, or friends I have, because they're dealing with some shit, S-H-I-F-T. God's trying to take them to the next level and presenting and resisting. And they're dealing with their own shits. I like to help people get their shit together. Because it happens. We were starting with Malachi, we're starting this podcast called Shift or Get Off the Pot. Holy Shift. Holy Shift. But my theme of that is make the shift. Move on to perfection, to maturity, or get off the pot. Don't sit there and die. Why would we sit here until we die?
Yeah, hold that. They claim they want that soul back. Got nothing to hold back. You to the throwback, so that you know that we gon' take the whole back. There's a difference between being seasoned and acting like an old cat. Old heads know that it all comes back around like trying to recapture the moment with Kodak. The Polaroid is instant. Hoping you don't miss it. 'Cause most of us been different. I tell you what it isn't about. The amount in the bank account. I'm just trying to figure out if I can make it through, but try to make it out. Loud, pay attention, 'cause he gives grace to the humble. At the same time, he humbles the proud. Wow. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate. 'Cause it ain't all about getting your pay up. Let's go. 'Cause only Christ came down to save us, he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate. 'Cause it ain't all about getting your way. 'Cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. He did something for me I could never do for myself. And because of that, every single day the movement is felt. I learned in life that some things that are worse than losing your wealth, like losing your health or losing yourself. But we don't hear it though. We just wanna live this life to see the next scenario. Keep a view that's aerial until we meet our burial. Till then life will ebb and flow. I just want my very own plot of land, but I know my life's in the potter's hand, so I don't need an autograph from any single artisan. I don't need to worship man, cause I let the hardest sin full beyond measure. Once I stopped chasing pleasure, then I felt less pressure from Odessa down to Mecca. See, he controls the weather and my effort keeps me fresh, but that ain't the measurement that I use for my own betterment, cause righteousness is heaven sent, meaning that it's all by grace, so by him that is all I pray. Come on, I just don't wanna become what I hate, cause it ain't about getting your pay up. Let's go. Only Christ came down to save us, you know he saved us. I said I just don't wanna become what I hate, cause it ain't all about getting your way, cause only Christ came down to save us. He saved us. Come on. That's how.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Yo, 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 how's everybody doing? Hope y'all doing all right. Good morning to you, good morning to you, good morning to you, and even you over there. Hold on, turn that light down. Jeez, that was bright all in my eye. All right, that looks a little better. There we go. Now I look like a human. There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning to y'all. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy We Made It Wednesday, Wake Up Wednesday. I'm glad to see everybody on today. I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope y'all are doing well. Let's see. What was I going to say? I will have to say something. And then, happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, July the 2nd. That's what I was going to say. And we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm just assuming y'all was trying to make sure I was reading. So I'm assuming y'all can hear me. Because the last time I came here after not being here for a while, started just talking in the microphone and y'all didn't hear none of my introduction. So I'm trying to make sure everything looks locked in, loaded up, and all that stuff. All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Wednesday, July the 2nd. Zeke Live in the morning. I'm your host, Zeke Live. Zeke Live. I'm not your host, Zeke Live. I'm your host, Zeke Lock. I don't know my name this morning. There you have it. I'm Zeke Lock, and I am your host for Zeke Live in the morning, and this is a great way to start your day. This is your first time being here. I tell the people every day that it's a great way to start your day, and I tell them every day that I'm going to keep saying it until it's no longer true. So this is a great way to start your day, so thank you for locking in with us. Stay locked in. If you haven't done it already, please feel free to subscribe. Please feel free to turn on your notifications, follow us on Facebook, all of those good things. Definitely do all of that for us. Let's see. Okay, so they say they can hear me, but the song is kind of overpowering me. Okay, I can live with that. Let me see something. Hold on, wait a minute, the people. Hold on a second. Maybe I gotta turn it up over there. See, that's what I told y'all. I'm not used to being in here no more. My own studio. Hold on a second. How about now? Y'all hear me okay now? Is that a little bit better? Is that a little bit all righter? A little bit more all righter? All right. Cool. Okay, y'all. Zeke Live in the morning. We appreciate y'all so much for being here. Great way to start the day. Wednesday, July the 2nd. What else was I saying? Make sure you get all the stuff out of the way. Follow, subscribe, turn on the notifications. What else did I have in there in case y'all missed it? I don't know what else I was saying in there. So there you have it. Let's see. Okay, if this mic ain't working all right. Let's try a different microphone. Hold on a second. It might be the cord. Let's see. Hold on. See, music? Why we gotta have issues first thing in the morning? Huh? Why we gotta have issues? Y'all hold on one second. Praise the Lord for 2 mics. Hold on. Y'all hold on with me. Y'all bear with me. All right. How's about now? Is that a little bit better? And then we're going to turn this. See, now I got myself all discombobulated. Y'all hold on a minute. Y'all hold on a second. I'm playing a music break. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on. This is ridiculous. I bet. Let's just do this. Hold on. Stop the music. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of that. I'm not going to do all of that. I ain't even finna. Everybody can do all that. We ain't going to do all that. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. I knocked my microphone over. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. How about now? Can y'all hear me okay now? Is that better? Can y'all hear me all right? Is that all right? Y'all talk back to me. I got the comments on. Y'all talk to me. Talk to me. Is it better now? We going to make sure it's all right. We're going to make sure it's all right. Y'all, is it better now? Can y'all hear me? Huh? I'm switching microphones all around and stuff like that. Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. There it goes right there. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. The music ain't even is where it normally is. So there might be something with the cord. I don't know. Something else now to look into. Nobody likes to have to go through all of that. Yeah, because music is not really loud. It's not even on, let's see, that's not even on 30%. So, okay, that's weird. Why must, okay, let me ask y'all a question. Why must every single day, oh my God, why must every single day there be a new issue? Now I'm telling y'all what, if I got to go through these issues too much, then I'm going to cut this mug off and go start my day. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. So anyways, I ain't saying no more of my intro. I ain't saying no more of that intro. Welcome here. Hey, y'all, guess what? We've got a good one today because we're going to be talking about some of this stuff that's been passed. As y'all know, there's been a passage in the laws. There's some laws that have been passed. It's a little staticky. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's making that happen. And so I'm going to have to, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a music break on. I'm going to switch this microphone out. If it don't work after that, then I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna put on a song. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna do that first thing in the morning. So I'm gonna put on a song and we'll fix the microphone. We'll figure that out. So y'all take this music break real quick. We'll be right back. Hold on one second. Let me let's see. We'll just turn on one of these songs and then we'll just put one of these on. Yeah, this combobulates me. So, all right, hold on a second. Let's see what song we're gonna play. Mika Lachey, let's put you on the microphone. Here we go. Say less. I'll be right back.
I'ma need you to say less. Pray more. 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 And that's some more to the promise. Complaining and waving all away his eyes. Silver and gold have I not, but I serve you this knowledge is straight out the pot. Yeah, you should be thankful for what he's done. Praising his name, you already won. Second to no man, get with the program. God is the source for your overcome. Yeah, my Lord is the source for your overcome. Yeah, with Christ the source shall overcome. Yeah, the battle's already won. My Lord is your overcome. I'ma need you to work. Rejection, it was flexing, but I had to keep on stepping. Stop the talking, start the walking. Who knew silence was a weapon? Still holding on, but I'm praying more. God is no fable, he raised the score. Circle, smaller lessons learned. Source is the way I further this journey. Who's giving your attention? They just listen, he's the truth. The only one who knows and recognizes the real you. So if you feel me, if you with me, if this resonate with you, stop the playing, no more gaming, add some work and see some work to the promise. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'ma need you to say
All right, y'all. What this sound like now? Y'all talk to me. What does this sound like? Does this sound a little bit better? Y'all talk to me. Talk to your boy. Does this sound a little bit better? A little bit better? If it's a little staticky, let's see here. Does that sound just a little bit better? Just a little bit? I'm getting clean reads over here. What y'all getting over there? Huh? We might have a weird connection issue. Y'all tell me. Y'all being my people this morning. Sounds good now. Thank you, Bianca. By Anchor. What's up, by Anchor? Yeah, okay. Bet. They said it sounds better now. Okay. All right. If it sounds good, if it sounds better, then we back. Boom. All right. Let's try this all over again. Oh, my God. All right. Now, if y'all had me do all of that, it was just y'all speakers acting up, then I'm upset. All right, Marcus says I sound good. Brody Cat says it sounds a little better. Well, I guess this was going to be for the day. This is just what it's going to be. I hope it's all right. Give me some backing tracks. That you know how frustrating it is when like because you can't, I can't hear it. I can't hear what's going on behind the thing. I can't, it's just what's in the room. I'm just hear myself talking. That's it. Just no microphone going through the speakers. So yeah, but everything over here is reading. So I don't know if it's reading bad over there. I don't know. That could be an internet thing. That could be something else. But all our signals and everything here is all right. But I'm not going to spend no more time on that. You have locked in with Z Live in the morning. And on Z Live in the morning, of course, we are the great way to start your day. So now we got a good one for y'all today because we're going to talk about this. And I could go with it like we was talking about yesterday, and I could say this could be the devil trying to make us not talk about this stuff we're going to talk about today, because we're going to talk about all this stuff that they done passed, these bills and all this other stuff, man. Y'all saw what happened in the Senate. Y'all saw all of that. Y'all saw what happened with Donald Trump wants to sign into law on the day after tomorrow, on the 4th of July, on Friday. He wants to sign into law the big, beautiful bill. It passed the Senate with the tie-breaking vote coming from the vice president. And now it's on its way back to the House. And the two things have to reconcile with each other. And once they do, it goes to the president's desk on Friday. And he's going to sign it into law on Independence Day. And man, it's not looking good for the home team, y'all. That's all I know. It's not looking too good for the home team. I'm going to be honest with you. I know very, very, I'm not going to say I know very, very little, but I know only the bad parts of it, the parts that affect it. We're particularly impacted by some of this stuff because y'all know my wife has sickle cell. So there's a lot of things that we have to go through government stuff for just as a result of that, just as a result of her illness. We back up $1 million worth of charges a year for that subsidy that we get from Medicaid, Medicare, all those kinds of things. So, we see those kinds of things being slashed. Our household gets particularly up in arms, not because we some lazy bums who have to rely on the government because we can't do nothing else, but because it's like for us, like there's no way we'd afford being able to live. So we have to literally move somewhere else or do something else. And so, so this is a scary time for a lot of people. And, if we're just being honest, we know that the Lord is got everything under control. But at the end of the day, he put it in the hands of man, and man be doing some effed up stuff. And here we are with some of this effed up stuff that's happening right here in our nation. And so we got to be at least knowledgeable of the way these things are going to impact us. And these things are going, like I said, we've got some impacts that are going to happen in our household that we don't really know the fullness of it, but we're already seeing some of that stuff already start just with the state of Indiana, for instance. I mean, we're looking at a lot of that stuff right now, and it's looking a little bit scary. I tell you what, it's getting sticky out here, man. I tell you that much. So all that to say, we'll talk about some of that. We'll just kind of talk it through. Again, we're not experts or anything else like that. We just having kitchen table talk. And if y'all know anything about it, then y'all chime in and let us know what you know about what's going on with the big, beautiful bill, or the big bogus bill, as some call it, or the big BS bill, as some like it's got all kinds of names right now. And again, it's having some impact. It's going to have some impact, some effect on all of us. And unless you are mega wealthy, but it's gonna have impact on you too. It's gonna be a better impact on you. So we'll talk about that today, and then just some other stuff. So let's see here. Before we get into anything, though, let me go ahead and put this up there. On tomorrow, this is tomorrow, y'all. On tomorrow, we are going to be singing and dancing and enjoying each other's company and doing all of that with the Sova Gospel Choir. The Sova Mass Gospel Choir stands for the School of Vocal Arts. Sova, School of Vocal Arts. And so Sova will be here with us. They're in Chicago right now. I thought I was going to get to them last night and get to see them. Hopefully I'll get over there for a little bit tonight, but we got this other church thing going on, and so I got to worry about being on that as well. But hopefully I'll get over there tonight, be there with them, with Mark Hubbard. But then on tomorrow, I think, no, that was last night. Anyways, whatever it is, they're here in town. They'll be with us tomorrow night. I want to see all of you guys there. This is part of our Healing Voices series, the thing that we do, that I do on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday every month. Of course, there's the announcement for that. Healing Voices, where we come in, we sing through the trauma, we sing through pain, we sing through the grief, we sing through the hurt, we sing through just the hard moments of life, whether it be caretaking, raising kids, or whatever else you're doing. We sing through that stuff. We do music through that, because I believe music is therapy, music is healing. But we're going to kick it off on tomorrow night with Sova Gospel Choir. They're going to be with us as special guests, and so you don't want to miss that. I don't want you to miss that. I really do want to see you there. I want to see all of y'all there. If you're here in the Chicago area, that is at 114th and Vincennes. Thanks, but it's 114th and Vincennes, and so you want to definitely come on out for that. And it starts at 8 o'clock. 8:30 will get kicked off, but at 8 o'clock we will be, doors open and all that kind of stuff. So please come on in. I want to see y'all there. This is a night of refreshing, a night of safety, a night of a night of freedom. That's what we call it, Songs of Freedom. This is a night of freedom, a night of safety, a night of refreshing, a night of having just the chance to be around community who is just wants to feel that freedom. Whom the sun sets free is free indeed, right? Well, it's good when we can get together and express that freedom, and that's what this is about. So thank God for our special guests all the way from Geneva, Switzerland, y'all. That's the cool thing about it. All the way from Geneva, Switzerland. Like I said, if you've never seen a gospel choir that is filled up and comprised of people from all kinds of other different nationalities and things like that, all these other different nationalities. If you've never experienced anything like that, I tell you, you want to come see this, especially this particular choir, because Geneva, Switzerland, for those who don't know, is a world-class city. It's one of those places where a lot of people go to, a lot of people, from all over Europe and Africa and Asia, and they all kind of descend on that city and live there. So I'm saying that to say this choir has so many different nationalities represented within the choir. It almost looks like the United Nations when you see them. I mean, I say that in jest, but also it almost looks like the United Nations. So come on out, see that. APC Morgan Park in the chapel will be there, 114th and Vincennes. So don't miss the 11401 South Vincennes. Don't miss it. Come be my special guest. Like I said yesterday, if nothing else, just come out and get a hug. I just want to give you a hug. If nothing else, just for being here with me every morning. I just want to give you a physical hug. Just a, hey, how you doing? I love you and I appreciate you. I want to do one of those numbers because I get a chance to see y'all every day. I get a chance to see y'all every day online, but I never get to really see y'all in person. So this will be a good time for that. So please come out tomorrow, July 3rd, 8 o'clock p.m. It is absolutely free. There is no ticket. If you're looking for the ticket price, I don't got one to give you because one doesn't exist. So there you have that. So praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I can't wait for that to go on. I can't wait for that to come around. And I hope to see all of you guys there. Yes. What else? What else is on the docket? We got lots of stuff on the docket. But before we do anything else, this is what I'm going to do. Just for the sake of time, sake of keeping us moving along. And we're going to find out if our audio issues are all taken care of at this point, if we all good. But let's do this. Let's bring to the stage my brother, my friend, my homie, my dog, the one and only Mr. Eric Rideout. But before I bring him up, we got to bring him up to a dope track. So let's hit him with that Explorer. There you go, right there. Yo, welcome to the stage, my dog, the one and only Mr. Eric Rideout. I think there he is. E, what's up, brother? Oh man, you muted.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm looking at it muted, and I'm still talking like you can hear me. No, man, I'm good.
Now let me ask you: can you hear my mic? Okay? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. They said I was staticky. They said the other mic didn't work. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I played a Jamaica Lachey song, and then I put up a be right back sign and went to figure out what was going on. Like,
it is what it is.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I got all reads over here, so it's all reads.
No, it's good now. I mean, I heard what they were talking about. I really couldn't hear what they were talking about. That was not right. But maybe because I didn't have my things in or whatever. So
that's true. Yeah.
Sound good to me. But yeah, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody slept well. Man, I have an obsession. I do it every day, right? And it was funny. I was so tired last night. Well, not really. I normally don't go to bed till after midnight, right? Anyway. Dude, I am obsessed with watching people go to jail from Walmart.
What?
You know those videos on YouTube where they show people get arrested, shoplifters at Walmart?
Yeah.
I watch marathons of them things. Every night. I watch every day them, and I watch when different court that, you know, when the judges be snapping off. I watch this stuff every day.
Now, court, I will get lost in Judge Judy clips, Judge Marion Millian. I love her for the People's Court. Them old episodes of that. I'll be watching that. Who else? It's another court one that I'll be watching. Divorce Court. For whatever reason, Divorce Court always, I hope the Lord trying to tell me something. But Divorce Court they be having some crazy stories on Divorce Court, boy. What's that Lauren Lake in there?
Wait, on Divorce Court, buddy. And, yeah, I watched that one, but I just like watching those people, or the one when they catch people doing stuff. Man, my eyelash. I can't cut them because they be rubbing my glasses. That's why I keep taking them off. But you know, man, I watched that, and so I fell asleep a little bit after midnight. I woke up at 3. And I rolled over in the bed and hit that TV and watched some things until like 5:30 this morning. And I went back to sleep. So yeah, but I hope everybody's doing well.
You just hit your mute button.
I saw what I did that time. I know we all went to bed yesterday evening. The whole world saw that stupid news we're gonna talk about later today.
Yeah, we can bring that up a little later on here because that's some crazy work, man.
I thought about something with that, and I had to look at myself. That bill had me look at myself, and what I mean by that is, I read it. I'm like, okay, this point is kind of cool, but this is bad. This is bad for the majority of people, right? These are all bad. And I had to look at myself and say, hey, you need to feel a little more compassionate, and I did. I had it. It was anger, anger and all of this stuff, but I don't think it affects. Some people don't realize that. You don't realize the huge overall, I think some people, importance of what was said if it don't really affect you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, okay, like for example, the healthcare part. I'm like, I got insurance at work. I'm good on that, and I don't use the, TANF or SNAP or anything like that. So that part really didn't affect me.
Right.
I thought about my sister who manages that office, right? She's a manager for that. My daughter works for the state. My other sisters, they work for these departments. So what happens to them? You know what I mean? Do they stay at their jobs? Are they, they're, we'll talk about all that, but it's just...
Are they? Yeah. I was just saying, like, are they going to have to cut stuff back, or
Yeah, that's what I said, and so then I said, man, that really affects all of us in some way. Yeah, and it affects all of us because our taxes will go up.
Yeah,
across the board.
Here's the other side of that. I was listening to somebody talk about this today. It's more than just when we think about it, it's more than just how individuals get impacted and affected, but it actually affects economies and markets because that money goes and gets spent at the end of the day. So that means there's money that won't be spent at your local grocery store. That, like when you talk about SNAP, TANF, when you talk about that stuff, that's money that gets spent at the grocery store. Though it's government money, it's still money to that merchant. Like, so that merchant won't ever see those dollars now. Like, they won't see those dollars. You know,
those business owners.
It's going to cause them to go down.
It's going to be Now, and then it said over 100-some million people are going to lose health care. Another 100-some million going to lose jobs. And then the other thing he's cutting out with the climate control issues, and you know, we're getting away with all that. Almost 59,000 something or more, or maybe 409,000, whatever it is, people who work in those places are going to lose their jobs, like the ones who do our emissions testing. That's part of it. They're going to be unemployed now. So you're not only are you adding, then you add trillions of dollars to the deficit. Then you turn around and say, yeah, I know it's going to be tough for people, but we are going to get through this when it don't really affect you. And then after that, how are people going to, you know, think about this, people losing their jobs. So now what we're going to have a rise in crime. You're going to think about it, because so many people are about to be out of work. And then another thing, they're trying to slow down unemployment. And then if you do still get SNAP or TANF, and say you're a single mom who works, but you don't, but he's saying you got to work a certain amount of hours now to still get any type of benefit. But what if you're a person who's in a situation where you can't work? What if you're a father who can't? What if you're disability or you're hurt and you can't work, and that's how you live? That's how you get your health insurance. Now to say, yep, that's gone. That $267 million towards that budget is out.
Yeah,
and then the people still sit back. And then the only thing, I watched it where again, like we say before we go on music break, there's no faithfulness even in their party. How they were showing a lot of Republicans they were like, yo, wait, this is going too far. You're affecting the people that I represent. And it was a tight squeeze to get that. And the vote that passed it was the VP. He was the one who had to do, because 50% of the Republicans said, no, we don't want this. And all of the Democratic Party like, no, we don't want this. So you got your own party saying, you got your own party saying, no, this is too much. Now don't do that. Don't do this.
They lost 3 Republican votes. Those 3 Republican votes meant that the vice president had to cast the tie-breaking vote. If there would have been a fourth Republican that would have stood up and said no, it wouldn't have been able to get passed. It would have been
Yep.
So it's those narrow margins matter. By voting matter. Those narrow margins, they matter at certain times, man. But of course, people say this was gonna happen anyways. Well, hey, we'll see what happens on the by and by. I guess we'll just have to see what happens on the by and by. But I think that what people not realizing, this is like permanent law. This ain't like This is
not just during his term.
Yeah, this isn't during his term. This isn't for like a 3 or 4 year situation. This is what those tax cuts in 2017 were, and this is making those permanent. And So that's what's happening with us. That's what's happening with us right now. And so we'll talk a little bit about that stuff real quick. Let me do this since I'm just here and I got the comments on the screen. Before we start playing other stuff, let me start doing some morning shout outs real quick. I usually wait until after the music break, but I'm gonna just shout out people during the show. We're just gonna do that today. How about that? But the first comment of the day, guess who got the first comment of the day? This is matter of fact, I'll give y'all a hint who got the first comment of the day. I will give y'all a hint who got the first comment of the day. This is who it was. It was Jamaica Lachey. The hint was I started playing her
all night. She's probably just been up since yesterday.
Who been up since yesterday?
Jamaica Baby probably had her up. I watched the other night.
Oh, right. Yeah, I called her the other day.
I get her to put her leg in the seat. And my baby was like, no. She's like, no, put your leg in. She's like, no. Like, oh, okay. That was funny.
Yeah,
To me. I watched
babies
that.
are a mess. Yeah, babies are something else. And then let's see here. So shout out to Jamaica Lachey. Y'all can catch her tomorrow night. Actually, I've been, of course, talking about that event that's coming up. I'm so discombobulated after I have to figure out my microphone. I'm just trying to, like, I'm just on edge right now. Hopefully, y'all can all hear me all right. I'm just
It sounds good.
Jamaica, thank you so much, E. Yeah, Jamaica Lachey will be here tomorrow with me, y'all. So y'all, again, don't want to miss it. I want to see y'all there. She got the first comment of the day. So thank you to Miss Jamaica Lachey. And then look who it is. It's our girl, Brony Cat. She said it's Wednesday. How's the heart and mind? How's your heart and mind? How's your goals coming along for the week? That's a good question right there. I ain't pinning that somewhere. I think I pinned that. But that's a good question. Like, how's everybody's goals coming along for the week? How your goals coming along for this second half of the year that we're going into? And of course, she puts another one here. Church announcement lady. Welcome to Zeke Live in the morning. Zeke Live co-host Eric Ryder and Rich Holmes. Grab your morning beverage. Let's cruise into this conversation about this bill. Yeah, and that's what we in with it right now. And I got my coffee. I had to get some coffee for this one. That's why I got to get settled from all the audio issues we was having earlier, because this is important stuff to talk about. And then here goes my guy Will C. Y'all shout out to Westside Willie. Will, I was gonna text you yesterday with a screenshot. Did you get a new Facebook page, or did somebody create a page with your name and profile? I was like, this is suspect. I got a friend request from Willie Chapman on Facebook, and I was like, Willie Chapman was one of my first friends on Facebook ever. So I know we already friends. So yeah, me and Will was some of the best of friends when Facebook first started. So he was one of my first Facebook friends ever. So getting a friend request from him was like, this is suspect.
Yeah,
he could have started a new page, but I was like, this suspect. I took a screenshot of it and everything, and then I got a call. Forgot to send it to you, Will. But yeah. So that's me asking you in a public space. Did you start new Facebook, or did did somebody hack you, or did I just feel like a secret or something? I don't know. And then here it is right here. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen. Y'all know that's Rhonda's mama. Y'all go show mama some love. Y'all know how we do the mamas over here. Y'all know how we do them over here. And Pastor Cynthia Cohen, we love her. Just love her to pieces. She's just so sweet, and she's here every morning with us. So we just love her dearly. So y'all please go show her some love. That's how we do our mamas of the show. And then look, speaking of mamas, there's Mama right there. That's Mama. They just call her affectionately Mama. There she is right there saying good morning to everybody. And then look who else it is. It's our girl, Miss Asia Jamal. Y'all shout out Asia Songbird Jamal with Pure Live Podcast. I know y'all can go follow that podcast and check out all of the cool things they're doing over there. And then look who it is, y'all. DJ Red. Good morning, blessed people. It's another beautiful Wednesday, and God is still blessing. Tune in now. Zeke Live in the morning. Like, share, subscribe. Do it now. Lock in. Then do it now. You gotta say that with some. You gotta say it with your chest. You gotta say it with some aggression. Do it now.
Yeah, that's
right. Like, share, subscribe. Do it now. Google.
What up, Red?
DJ Red, that's my dog. Oh, look at it. Speaking of mamas of the show, there go your mama.
Hello, mama. Hello, lady.
You going to get breakfast this morning? You going to the crib to get breakfast?
She put on here, she make it some, then yeah. She probably not, because mama's already started her 4th of July cooking thing. So.
Oh, wow. Already, huh?
Yeah, she does a lot of prep work and stuff, so she may do it today, because it's supposed to get really hot again today.
Is it really?
It's gonna be a hot day again today.
Oh Lord, I didn't check the weather. I don't never check the weather profile. Like, I never check the weather. You know what I check the weather? I get like to my destination, and then I check to be like, what's the weather in Chicago today? And then I get a full jeans and look.
Today it's supposed to get up. Oh no, today it's supposed to get up to close to 90.
Yeah, if it's humid though, that's gonna be.
Yeah, but Friday and Saturdays in the 90s.
Oh my God. Y'all have it. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
Sunday it's gonna be 88 with rain. That's
deal with that.
I don't like
I can live with because the rain has to cut through the humidity, but then if it stays humid, then it just makes it worse. So it's a give or take. Shout out to Bianca. You said what?
She said no breakfast today. Okay. Oh, Bianca.
No breakfast today. Oh
well.
Shout out to Bianca. Her name is Bianca, but I call her Bianca. Been calling her that for 20 years. Y'all welcome.
I mean, that's her name.
Bianca, my girl, my homie, my friend, my G. We've been rocking. Me and Bianca have been rocking together for a long time. Like people like Will, Bianca, Rich. When y'all see Neil Bellamy come on here, we are Rhonda. Like I think Jesus, Rhonda's on the show with us. Like yeah, like we all been rocking together like 20 years, literally like from college. We were the black college kids from Olivet Nazarene University. So there you go. Yeah. So yeah. So
Bianca,
yeah, that's
Smith, what's up?
Yeah, tell Smith. We always talk about that story when Smith pulled us into that back alley in the dark woods.
Your husband tried to kill us all.
Right, like in the backwoods of Georgia, between Georgia and Florida. Like that was just like, what are you doing, man? Shout out to Nasim. Here he is right here. May your day be more beautiful and better than the previous days, my dear brother, you and your friend, the person who wears the glasses, with my respect to you. So I think he's talking about you, bro. You the one who wears the glasses. Because you're the person who wears the glasses.
Yeah, I did just take them. Let me put them. Well, Rich wear glasses too.
Oh, true.
So,
oh, snap. It could be Rich.
Well, maybe I'm on here with him now. So thank you. How do you say his name?
Nasim.
Uh-huh.
Nasim. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Bianca just sent you a threat. You'll get to it in a minute.
I mean, you know, I'm just saying I finally accepted it. Bro, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. So, you know, we got these kids that, you know, at my job, we got these kids that do cooking classes.
Uh-huh.
We got some more kids that'll be starting today doing podcasting classes all through the Community Healing Resource Center, partnership with APC and all of that. And so we got some kids in there. And yesterday we went and walked around the corner to Jules. So I walked over there because I was hungry after we got off the show. So they said they was going to a lunch break. I'm like, I'm walking with y'all. Let's go. And so I had my sandals on, my toes out. And it was like, dang, why y'all? Me and Terry, their instructor, we both had on sandals with our toes out. It was hot. I don't mind my toes out. So they was like, why everybody got their toes out? I'm like, oh, so y'all talking about us, huh? And then one of the kids, he was like, no, Unc, it's all good. I'm like, did you just hit me with the Unc? Like, did you just hit me with the Unc? I was just thinking about this just the other day that I've never been hit with an Unc. And yesterday was the first time. So there you have it.
Like,
I've never been hit with an Unc. I think I said this on the show that nobody has ever called me Unc except my actual nieces and nephews. And then yesterday, Big Dog called me Unc. I said,
now you officially became an Unc.
Yeah.
Let me see if you're in the right age range for the Unc age range. Let me see.
Yeah, what is Unc? I guess once you 40, that's Unc age. I think 35.
I just sent it to you.
Really?
It's a diagram that tells us the who is what. So you gotta look at that thing I just sent you. It's gonna tell you. So the little ends, we all know what that means. They're 0 to 12. The Y ends are 13 to 24. Big bro is 25 to 40. So you really
little end. Yeah.
But Unc is 40 to 55. And then old heads are 55 plus.
Oh, so you still an Unc?
I'm still in the Unc category. I'm in the
still in the Unc age.
And like that's why Fred called it. They the OGs. You know, him and Dietrich and them are old.
Yeah, old head, OG, old school.
Yeah, that's what it is. So that's the diagram of people don't know. The people never seen.
So 25 through 40 is big bro.
Yep.
Oh wow. That that makes sense. That makes sense. I wonder if I can get that to my screen. I don't know if I can get that.
The little ends is funny. That's 0.
I've never heard of little ends. That's crazy.
If you think about it, you've heard it. And you probably said, man, these little niggas, people didn't say that before. So,
I've been a baby. No.
Yeah, I called a baby one. It's crazy.
Yeah, they hit me with the Unc yesterday. Shout out to my Aunt Regina. There she is right there, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can get this picture up there. Y'all, shout out to my auntie. She's supposed to be here in Illinois in a couple of weeks. My mom's going to be here for I forget what it's called, the She Conference.
John, you got hit with the Unc statement too.
Yeah, John said he got hit with it at the gym. Yeah, he said he got hit with it at the gym. There it is,
There it
right
is,
there,
everybody.
y'all.
Once that comment
there it is, right there. If
see
you
it.
ever been hit with the unk, if you
So
the age ranges for unks. So if you were
So
unk,
y'all see it. 0 to 12 is the little ends. Yeah, Y ends is 13 to
That is
24. Big bro
ends,
is
Y
25
ends.
to 40.
Big
But see
bro.
that 40, that should have been the 39 if they could say unk is 40 to 55.
Right, and that should have said 40 to 55 and then 56 and up.
56
or 40
and
to
up,
54.
OG school, old school.
They said, what about for the women? I ain't seen one for the women, but I would imagine that's I don't know. They got so many.
I'm gonna say something.
But I know aunties is like 40. Once you get 40, you an auntie though.
Yeah,
you might be a big sis or something at 25 to 40, but I don't know what they call the young girls. I don't know. But you an auntie once you 40. I call my wife auntie all the time. Like she hates it. So I guess I got to taste of my own medicine, basically. Yeah, she hates when I call her auntie.
Look in our group chat, Zeke. In the names.
Say young broads like
you see it on the page. But yeah, that's like I didn't say it on here.
You can't say that one. I say it for you.
That's funny. That's what somebody called. That's what I'm like, nah, because then you being disrespectful. That ain't the case for all the young women out here. But, yeah, they call them aunties.
Yeah, they got aunties. And shout out to Don Johnson as well.
It's just like they don't really have a lot of names.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean,
I
they
just
call
hear auntie or sis.
Aunties. What else y'all got?
I don't know. Depending on where you from, what hood you from, because we're like, yeah, man, you know, all that. Like they be on.
Yeah,
y'all
call yourself
they
that.
be on that. My wife be like, don't hit me with that. Like she did
wild
say
chicks. Y'all call them the young ho.
I
almost said
in certain church circles, they be daughters. Hey, daughter. Hey, daughter.
Yeah, the daughters. When the church circle, y'all are called daughters.
The daughters come in. I tell y'all what, boy.
Y'all call
church got some crazy stories. You said what?
Said in this church, they call them daughters, but in the street, they let them get with the H.
Yeah. 304s. 304s. That's what I'm saying. It's so disrespectful for the ladies. I don't know. Maybe that shows the misogyny that we have in this nation. Shout out to John Johnson. Should I say Uncle John Johnson?
I laughed when you said that. You about to see it. TT. Yeah, TT. Yep, they are. That is a name for them.
Yeah.
That next one, look what that dude said. Pickup game. We need one more. You trying to run? The way I looked around, that young Nick said, you in the one shorts.
You and one shorts. You had on and one shorts. Oh, I never forget what Rich told me. I never forget what Rich told me. So Rich used to work at school. He was a dean at a school, and y'all remember Nietzsche or y'all remember Nietzsche outfits? You know, the whole.
Don't tell me he wore that.
He had one on, and he said he came in. He thought he was looking fly. He thought he was looking good. He said they talked about him so bad that day. Said, why you got on that old outfit, old brands?
That reminds me of. Have you ever seen Little Rail stand up? When he talk about how the old man got on the bus and how the young kids in Chicago start roast them on the bus. They'll talk about mom. I had a friend of mine. I ain't gonna put her name out because she probably watching it. I know she gonna threaten me. She went to like a little party and said she had on a dress of a sneaker ball. So she said she threw on these gym shoes. Like, yeah, this could get them. She said so when she walked by these dudes. Now I'm gonna send you a picture of her. She looked like she's 20, but 40s, right? So the guys, they all like her. She walked by. She walked by. Went to the bathroom. Said when she came back, they looked down at her shoes, looked at her, and like started doing that kind of stuff. And she thought she was killing. She was like, man, she said she told her kids who in that age range, like, you want him out the house? Oh my God, what you doing? She said, I thought they was in because they was Jordans. They're like, no.
Kids are awful. Kids are awful human beings. And they deserve everything they got coming to them. No, let me stop. But kids are awful. They will have you feeling so subconscious, so bad about yourself. Kids will have you feeling
I can't wait to ask Rich about that. That's funny.
Yeah, you guys, when he told me that story, I was dying. I was like, what dog? You
with the shorts. The shorts, though.
Right, they called out the M1 shorts, boy. The M1 used to be the thing when we was growing up. The M1 ain't too much of a thing no more. Like that. Brony Cat said she ain't never been called a daughter in the third scenery because she ain't played them games. For those who don't know,
Brony Cat, you know what a daughter is. You know what that was.
Yeah, she know what it is because she ain't played them games. For those who don't know what a daughter is, you know. So for some preachers, a daughter is just, you know, they call it
just what
daughter.
It is. They spiritual daughter.
They just, you know, they spiritual daughter.
The young dudes,
but you get around a bunch of young guys and they start calling you daughter. If a 25-year-old man calls someone else a daughter, you know he ain't calling her a daughter. He's calling her something else. Yeah.
You see what y'all just said?
Yeah, kids said they cook me. Kids are a-holes. They really are. Like, what's worse than being around like a bunch of, especially like around the age of like 13, like 12 through 14, they are just like, that's why they all walking around with self-esteem issues, because they just sit around and talk about each other all day. I told you, my brother and them were all like the same age group. My cousin, that's like my brother's age.
Boy.
So they about 8-9 years younger than me, right? All of them, that age group. It was a bunch of boys. And they were all super competitive and all of that. When they got about that, by the time they got to that age, about 9, 10, 11, like, you could not even bear to be around them. They would just start laughing at you and talk about you for no reason. Like, I mean, all you have to do is just walk past them. They just start poking fun. And it's like they would just start going back and forth to see who can say the worst thing to you. Yeah, so kids are a-hole. Can't stand it.
Well, I know we about to go to our music break. When you get a minute during the break, check your text. I just sent you that clip Little Rail said when he got on the bus. And Chicago kids, he said, man, man, you and your and Naja, they cooked him the entire ride. He said you could even that back because it was accurate stuff. But kids are jerks. And the thing is, they don't start off as teenagers though. When they little, they say outrageous stuff to you. They just say whatever they think.
Off little. They just get smart by the time they become preteens, and now they know how to put stuff together and make it like jokes out of it. You be like, hold on, wait a minute now. Hold on, like
it could be.
And it'd be like you can't say nothing back to all the kids all the time. You can't even say nothing back to them because you be like, well, if I start talking about you with stuff the way you talk about me, if I start talking about you, I'm gonna kill your whole self-esteem and you're gonna live a horrible life for the rest of your life. You got to go to therapy.
I did it. I used to work with the state, and the kids would say, "Oh, Miss Rod, you big, you do all it," and boy, I tell them, "Oh my God." They was ready to turn me into the supervisor, and you know they was crying. I said, "No, you gonna get this work. We gonna keep going." I didn't ease up when other kids laughing. They start crying. I wouldn't. No, now you crying. You know, man. I didn't learn about their parents. I stayed off their parents because some of them were there because their parents were jerks. That would have been a low blow to say, "Where your mom at?" That would have been a low blow because you know their parents either in jail or in the system now. What did John say? Self. He
said self. I think he was trying to say his self-esteem. His self-esteem was hurt.
I had to go get my bag.
Yeah. I mean, you know. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's do this. Let's take a quick music break. Come right back. We're gonna dive into some stuff around this bill and some other stuff and other laws that have been passed. If you're in the state of Indiana and the state of Illinois, me and Eric found stuff on that's cool. This cool chick.
You got those clips?
Yeah, I got those 2 clips from the Indiana and Illinois state laws that have been passed. Just those quick things. So we'll play some of those so y'all can hear that. We found on TikTok, and she gave a public service announcement, so y'all can.
Sorry, John, for laughing at you, man.
Some of the stuff y'all need to know about. Some of the stuff y'all need to hear about because it may impact your life over the course of the next year, and you might want to start making. Might want to start making some changes. And so to that effect, we'll be right back to talk about all that stuff. But until then, y'all enjoy this music break with Bonk and Called Out, huh?
Check your text when we go to music break.
Bet. All right, y'all. We'll be right back in a minute. Hey.
In times of trouble, God, you've been my shelter. When the world's shaking from all of the pressure, come rain or shine, I'm covered through whatever weather. You are my refuge from now to forever. You've been so good to me, yeah, you've been so good to me, yeah, you've been with me, I could do anything, 'cause you're my safety.
I found your love, never letting go, never letting go. Take my hand and lead and I'll follow you. Oh, you hold me down like an anchor below. You surround me with perfect peace, and that's why I say
there's a piece I can't deny. I know I'll be alright, 'cause you're my safety. And my life can testify that you've been here by my side. You're my safety. You're my safety. I follow, let you do it. Everywhere I go, every single day. Never wanna leave, I just wanna stay in your loving arms, in your embrace. Never let me go, never let me go. When I'm on a high or even when I'm low, everything's aligned, I feel it in my soul. 'Cause I know, I know, I know you've been so good to me, yeah, you been so good to me, yeah, you've been everything I can do anything. 'Cause you're my safety. There's a piece I can't deny. I know I'll be alright. 'Cause you're my safety. You're my safety. You're my safety.
I will be running to you.
You're my safety. You're my safety.
So hide me, hide me, hide me in your loving arms.
You're my safety. You're my safety.
You make me wonder why I even lost you. You had me shedding tears like a faucet. I'm scared to fall in love 'cause it costs. You can feel the pain going through my pulse. You got me out here changing it now. You taking up a space in my heart. Sometimes thinking about the past give me nuts. Sometimes thinking about the past also. Lately I'm approaching the future with some caution. Really had me believing how sure. Breaking my heart in pieces. Oh, yours. Are you sure that's what you wanna do? You can only pick one side. I guess you done chose. Made you number one, you didn't cross me too. One time isn't enough for me to cut you loose. Try to take your word, I ain't need no proof. But now the bridge is burned. I'd rather live and learn than live without the truth. Really had me believing how sure. Breaking my heart in pieces, broke yours. Really had me believing how sure. Breaking my heart in pieces, broke yours. Are you sure that's what you wanna do? You can only pick one side. I guess you done chose.
Yeah. By Anchor said, what was the name of that first song? It's called Safety by an artist named Blanca featuring Called Out Music. So it's one of our favorites over here. We love it. Yeah, it's one of our favorite songs over here. We love that one over here. Safety. You're my safety. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, so you definitely want to have that in your playlist. Make sure you put that in your playlist. This. And then speaking of the mamas of the show, here is the mama of the show. The Zeke Lock mama, the lady who birthed me. She carried me 9 months, and then I came out right on time. They said I was going to come out on December 1st, and I was there, ready to work. December the 1st, I came out. There it is right there. My mama, y'all. Y'all welcome Dr. Lisa Dyson. That's my mama. My mama, y'all welcome her. She said good morning to all the Lock stars, telling y'all have a beautiful day. Hey, y'all, we got we got some clips and stuff here.
He's a hater. I can see you hate.
You said what happened?
What's going on, man? What's going on? That you know what? That song that we just another thing is playing at the same time. That song that we played, I like that song.
Which one? Burn Bridges or Sadie?
Both of them. I like both of them a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know, Burn Bridges is Jonathan. You know, JC, my cousin, and then Safety, of course, is Blanca. You sent me that one, though. Yeah.
That it worked. I like the whole beat though. John Johnson, I've been laughing at you. We got our thing. He said, "Dumb smart got me looking like I can't spell. It's all good. I'm walking in my uncle."
Yeah, it definitely got him looking. Self asthma was her. You gotta say that thing. And then Dumb smart got me looking. Yeah, throw the whole phone away, bro. Just throw the whole phone. Just show me that one of my ears that was talking about you, calling you Unc. No, that one of them.
Did you get to watch that video at all?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I did see that comment.
It's killing them on that button.
He said the only person that they handle is an old man who over here. He said then you turn around, just look straight ahead, they start roasting you even harder. I'm telling you, that's how my brother and my cousins used to do. They like the more you say stop, the more they go. And I can't act like that wasn't me too. Yeah, my mama said I keep telling this story about coming out on time. I was on time. They said December 1st, and I came out December 1st. I was on time, you know. So there you have it.
Speaking of Jeremy, Jeremy would be considered. Let me see.
He'd be an Unc.
Jeremy is Unc. Jeremy, have you? Yeah, he's an Unc. Have you been
now
by your kids or cooked by your teenagers at your church? Or an outfit, or you said something you thought was still in, and they was like, "Man, nobody say that no more." That's the worst right there. When you say something and they be like, "Don't even say that no more." You're like, "Hey, I saw that."
Right, today. Like I said, cool beans, and somebody was like, "Oh, nobody say that no more." I was like, "I still say it." So like, what?
And then they don't try to say the script, they loud with it. Oh, don't even say that no more. You're like.
I'm like, you can't even spell. I'm like, you can't even spell none of the words you just said. Look, dumb kid. Like, oh, you in school. Oh, they put you on. Once you become a pastor, though, it's just over. You got once you.
Have they ever killed you, Jeremy? Though about the outfit of your shoes and the kids of your church? Like, oh man, don't wear that no more. Or your own kids, because you got teenagers, right? So you know yours is a little bit different. Because my daughter, Deja would kill me in a heartbeat. If she don't do it, one of my sisters do it, but my daughter don't spell nothing. It comes straight across the board. Why you got that shirt on? You know,
yeah, like, they don't care.
It's 20. She said, no, that shirt is 1990. Take that junk off.
These kids don't care. These kids do not. What's happening? Oh, there it goes. There it is. Click the screen and change the outcome. So, y'all, here it is right here. He said his kids make him feel so lame. He hates it there. Yeah, we're gonna have a support group for y'all know I do support groups through the Community Healing Resource Center. I'm gonna start doing support groups for
fathers who think they got it.
Yeah, you know, parents and teachers and other people who have to deal with high school age students who think that they're the funniest people in the world and they just talk about you for no reason at all. But John said he worked with the kids in New Life and they'll cook you quick. They really will. They no cares whatsoever. No care whatsoever. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing, and they deserve everything they can come back to.
When you are helpless, because you know what though. But if you cook them real good, you get them. But then the thing with them, they don't never run out of ammunition. You eventually get to a point where you just say everything you got in the arsenal, and they cry, and then here come another one. Oh man, you done killed my boy. You with your then here they come. You like, man, I ain't got nothing
right.
left.
You know what? Half the time though. Half the time, stuff they don't be saying don't even be funny or make sense. They just be hyping each other up. They be so it make it funny because everybody laugh. He's like, nigga, that was funny.
Like Kevin Hart, when he was roasting that guy, they would hype him up. He would say something.
Yeah, that's all it is. They just be hyping each other up. That's all it is. That is all it is. So yeah, y'all. So let's dive into this. We've got some new stuff that's of course on the books of as of yesterday. Yesterday, July 1st, and if y'all don't know,
Marcus. What's up? What do you call you?
But we got this crazy bills that have passed. Yesterday was July the 1st. And as you know, July the 1st is when there's a lot of budgets and things pass, fiscal years change over, all of that kind of stuff like that. A lot of laws that go into effect either go into effect on January 1st or July 1st, depending on how the law was written up. And so, of course, yesterday being July 1st, there were new laws, new things that have been put into place. And we just thought it would be really important for y'all to know some of this stuff that's going on. But let's see if I can find a couple of these things, because this stuff is really important. I really do believe a lot of this stuff is important for people to know. But you know what? I'll say this before we go into that, just to keep it on a woosah moment. I got to tell y'all something real quick. So yesterday, I came home yesterday, right? I left my office a little bit earlier. Well, I didn't leave earlier than I was originally going to leave. I wasn't going to leave yesterday till like 6:30 or so. So the other class didn't come in. It don't start till today. So I got to leave a little bit early. I came home. I called my wife. I told her, I said, hey, babe, I'm coming home. And, you know, she knew what that meant. She knew exactly what that meant. We had a whole conversation. And I just leave y'all with that one. I'll just leave y'all with that. We had a whole conversation. I knew she wasn't going to be home. I knew she wasn't going to be home when I got there because she had another appointment for her shop and all that stuff like that. So yesterday, I get home and she's not here yet. So, you know, I'm getting myself ready because I came home early. I came home. I'm married now. I came home early. And
work to do. Where you at?
Work to do. So she was on. I knew she was on her way home. So she gets home, and I'm like, boom, let's go. Let's work. We got stuff we got to take care of, boo thing. Let's have it. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And then she decided that I just let this tell y'all the story. I thought she knew I was coming home to get some goods, but instead she decided to get some food. I want what's coming to me.
I laughed because you said, I want what's coming to me.
We had a whole conversation. Like, why did she get tacos? Like, she went in the kitchen and made a taco wrap. Like, I'm standing there, I got my shirt off. I'm standing there like, she goes and makes a taco and sits on the couch.
Play that again. She don't have no cares in her face.
But instead, she decided to get some food. I want what's coming to me. Bro, Jeremy said I wanted that soft taco. Yeah, she had raw soft shell taco. I was so hurt, y'all. I was so hurt.
You took your shirt off there.
I thought that when you was a husband, I thought when you get married, you you're supposed to have goods on demand. That's what I thought. You get goodies on demand, and apparently tacos are more important than all this good love I got for her. So yeah. So I was a little upset. Fellas, have y'all ever been?
I'm just laughing at you holler. What was coming to me? I was
like, I want what's coming to me.
She didn't care at all.
She did not care. She just looked up at me like really, babe? Really? Like, y'all didn't catch me. I was just like, really? Like, it's my fault for cashing in on the thing we had just talked about when I said I'm on my way home. Mama, I'm sorry you got to hear this. Mama, you turn this part off for a minute. Like, you said, Mama, I'm trying to give you a grandchild.
Even Jeremy said to you, don't you?
He said, 20 years in the game, fam, sometimes things change. Well, no. I'm married. I want goodies on demand. That's exactly. Look at Bianca say, I'm so glad my husband working this morning. He ain't on here, is he? Yeah, because he gonna have something to say. Fellas, I'm just being vulnerable to y'all so that I can tell all of you married husbands. I'm trying to let y'all know, don't let these women don't let them get you all hyped up and then go get tacos instead. Like, don't you let them do that. Stand up for what is rightfully yours, fellas.
I saw the yesterday. This black dude. I don't know if you saw him sitting. He was on Facebook. Him and his wife was at a hotel, and he come up the shower. You seen it? And he got on his robe and stuff, and he walked to her like, "Yeah." She said, "I'm gonna go chill in the lobby." He was like, "What you mean you going to the lobby?" He said, "Why you going? I'm gonna go downstairs get some eat and stuff in the lobby." He was like, "No, you're not." But she went.
Yeah.
But she played it as a joke because she knew what it was gonna be.
I'm telling you, all you wives, y'all better quit playing with our emotions. Quit playing with our emotions. We want what's coming to us.
When you took the shirt off, it was ready.
I was ready. I was a wreck, bro. I came. I was like, all right, this will be a good break moment, and she decided to eat tacos instead. So apparently, tacos is more important than wifely duties. So
did you finish your tacos?
Yeah, and then she made me a taco, and I did eat the taco. I ain't gonna lie, I ate the taco wrap. It was good. It was delicious.
She gave you she gave you that old the switcheroo, switch hands on you. He was like, whoa, the taco.
Now my wife trying to chime in. I've been trying to chime in now.
No,
I did get dessert, so there you go. Yeah, we did have dessert, so that was all right. But you know when you just ready, like look at JC just played Jonathan's song. We literally just played his song, Burn Bridges, and just locked it. Look at that. We literally just was talking about him because we played this song. Yes, Jonathan, stand up for what's yours. You tell your wife that she owes you this. I mean, think about it, fellas, and fellas, and we going back and we going into this stuff. But fellas, I mean, you have to stand up for what's yours because at the end of the day, husbands, you saved your wife's life. When you married your wife, you saved her life. She couldn't live without you. Then she tell you all that stuff, baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you so much. I can't live without you.
For history next to Jesus.
You just changed her entire life. You just saved her life. So you deserve it. Stand up for what's yours.
You said, now you got to take a cold shower, play a phone game, write a book.
Right. You gotta go run, go exercise all of a sudden. Like, what the world? Like, my
Shamika
God.
don't do that to you, Jeremy. Do she? Pastor Shamika don't be playing you off like that, do she?
He said 20 years and she does. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think these ladies be in it together. That's what I think they be having little lady support groups where they be clapping their tea. Y'all see I did it right this time. They be clapping their little tea with each other, telling each other, this is how you do it. Oh, clocking. Ah, my God. Clocking tea. They be clocking their little tea with each other.
John is graphic with it, so we can't share John. Well, he shared it now. So, all right.
I was trying to share this one right here. But it's out there. They see it. They see what's there. Man.
Wow.
Your mama said things change on July 1st. I did just say things change on July 1st. Yeah, I guess we just 6 more series. Bro, I mean, I was ready. My mama said she ain't direct TV. See what I mean? My mama's supposed to have my side. You supposed to be like, yeah, Sticks, go ahead and make sure you get your grandbaby. Do that. That's what you're supposed to say, mama. You ain't supposed to say, she ain't direct TV. She ain't on demand. You're supposed to have my side. Y'all see how the ladies turn on us? Y'all see this, fellas? So if you need support, call 773-555. Like, hey, let us know your story. 773-555 none. 773-555 none. If you ain't been getting none, call 773-555 none and tell us your story. We're here to support you, fellas, because we believe in fellas' rights. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing I found real quick. So I seen this. I thought you would get a kick out of this one, actually, because we was talking about being an unk and all that stuff like that. Yeah. So for those of y'all who just got here, as we saw, if you're a certain age, we were talking about that. If you're a certain age, then of course you are an unk and all that other stuff like that. Or you're what's the other one? Old school versus YN or Lil N.
YN, unk, and what is it? OG.
Yeah, oh, that's right. OG or school or all that stuff like that. I didn't even know they cut the word old off of it. It's school. That's school now. It was so school. Like, so that's crazy. Well, But here's the most disrespectful thing that I've seen on the internet in probably the last 20 years. This right here. The most disrespectful.
Washington, and I was born in the 80th year of the 1900s. That's right, I'm 45.
Hi there, everybody. The name is Josh Sterling Jr. Me and Tyrone graduated together, class of 98. Go Eagles.
I'm still getting used to all slang.
Yeah.
I just learned what DM stands for.
Yeah.
When I used to hear DM, I thought they were talking about cough medicine.
Yeah.
Nicole Johnson is my name, and I'm 44. I was there when Cash Money was taken over for the 99 and the 2000s.
What do I miss about the 1900s, you ask? Well, I would say Blockbuster, my libido, and 3 of my side teeth.
In the 1900s, you had to blow everything to get it to work. Video games, VHS tapes. I guess that's why my dad never had a job.
Even though I'm from the 1900s, I still got it. But because I'm from the 1900s, I'm starting to forget where I put it.
Why am I dressed like this? I'm supposed to be in casual clothes, but they got me looking like Celie told Harpo to beat me.
Disrespectful children using AI. This is all AI. It's AI.
It's made that. And say, if you're in the 1900s, we walk. Wow.
Bro, like, do you see
name is
this?
Tyrone Washington,
Like,
and I was born in the
they got
80th year of the 1900s. That's
He
right,
said
I'm
the
45.
80th year of the
Hi
1900s.
there, everybody. The name is Josh Sterling Jr. Me and Tyrone
This is
graduated
the
together.
rudest thing I've ever seen. I don't even know how to, I don't even know how to respond to that. These kids are off the chain. This is why I
Kids are jerks.
said,
Let's go back to what we said. Kids, like John Johnson said it best. That's exactly what they are.
kids are jerks. They're jerks. They're a-holes. All children, everybody under the age of 21, all of y'all just,
No, you gotta take 25 and down are jerks, because even the ones in their 20s don't have no they just say what they want to say to you.
just
All of them.
like what?
Because I got one.
Oh my God, yeah. So I guess we just officially getting old. So
They said that
so
goes
all of
up
y'all
there,
that's
right? They said that's in the top 5 right next to Ronald McDonald comedy.
oh, those, yeah. The McDonald's is he talking about the Ronald McDonald ones, or is he talking about?
Yeah,
Have you seen the one dude? Oh, because there's another McDonald's comedy series where it's like the McDonald's employee where he like, man, I bleed for this. Like I'm red and cold all the way through my blade. He said, I see the dude pull in. He work for Burger King. I was like, hold on, cuz we don't do that. Like, no, we over here. This McDonald's golden arches all day.
That's almost like the thing I sent you. When I sent you the Ronald McDonald's, I went to Burger King. Did you see that?
I do remember that.
You saw it. And it was
I do remember that one.
The Burger King people. No, it was the Burger King guys. I think it was lined up to go get Ronald. It was one of the other. And
I thought it was a bunch of McDonald's clowns. Ronald McDonald. It was a while ago.
It was funny.
I thought it was Ronald McDonald's going to BK. That's what I thought it was.
That's what it was. He was doing that. He overdubbed it with. I mean, I know y'all. Some people talk about custom. That was funny the way he cussed over the top of them Ronald McDonald thing. But man, look. That was all
right, one more. The wackest thing I've seen on the internet, and then we're gonna get into this bill. We'll do a music break and dive into this bill because we do want to talk about that stuff. I think there's important stuff in there. So we just trying to
the girls videos, the text, the different things that change. Like you said, you got those. Those some good videos from Indiana, Illinois.
Yeah. We're gonna get those up. But I'm just trying to wet people's palate with a little humor and stuff before we talk about this stuff. Because some of the stuff we got gonna piss some people off. I mean, it's just these laws and stuff, But it's important that they know. But this is I literally just saw this morning, and I was like, I know you lying. Look at this. I was like, I know you lying when I saw this.
Oh, I saw this.
You saw this one, bro. Like
his whole family should disown him immediately. That's trash.
Everybody on that court's whole family should disown them immediately.
Yeah, There's no ball.
Look at the score.
60-8.
60-8.
He got 4 good shots off. Maybe 1 3-pointer. Look at this. I saw this. I cracked over him.
The fact that they did in slow motion. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
He thought he did it.
Look at what
He did all of that.
Right, the music is what makes it great. The music is epic. It's in slow mo. They was like, "Don't mind the score," and then they showed the score. They was like, "No, really, don't mind the score. It don't matter."
It don't matter at this point. 60-8. Nobody care about the rest of the game.
60-8. Listen, my brother went to a private Christian high school, and I promise you that's how them games looked. That's exactly how them games look. Like between my brother and one of my cousins, like my cousin be in there slam dunk on kids, just like my brother be like pulling up, hitting threes on them. I mean, they was wearing them kids gonna play ball for nothing. My brother, this other dude named Corey, my cousin Aaron,
black kids
like,
on your brother team.
Yeah, no, they were the only black kids. Those the three names I just named, the only black kids, and one of them was mixed.
Like that show, the guy had the black kids on his team. Like, hey, you can't do that, can't do it. That's what that feels like. Rita got to do. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you can't do that.
From Sunny in Philadelphia.
You know, have all the what? That was hilarious.
I promise that's exactly how them games used to look at them small private Christian schools. Like they used to look like you'd be like, my brother and them will be wearing them kids out. It was so disrespectful watching them play against the kids. Like,
you see what Rita just said about the kids. Rita, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, she is right about this. Some of these kids do look older than we look. Instead of talking about us. Yeah.
Half of them look like they can be your parent.
That part.
You ever seen an old 13-year-old?
That's what I was just gonna say. Like some of these kids walking around with their parents, and the parents looking younger than the kids, and then parents talking about something. You looking at them going like, "Oh, they must be sisters," and it's like, "Oh no, that's mother and daughter." And it ain't because mama looks so young; it's because the daughter looks hella old. Like that's crazy work to me. Like crazy to me. Like, yeah, I don't know what they got going on, but. All right, y'all, let's do this. We're going to take a music break. We're going to play a song real quick. We're going to come back. Y'all tell us what y'all think. I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with all the stuff that's been going on with all these bills and all of the other stuff like that. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Big Beautiful Bill. I don't know if, for those of y'all who live in the state of Illinois and those who live in the state of Indiana, if you've been keeping up with some of the new laws that have gone into effect as of yesterday. But if you have, let us know. We're interested to hear it because we are about to John said it looked like they work 16-hour days. That's crazy work. But yeah, because we want to talk about that stuff. But here's the other side of it. You know, we want to know how this stuff impacting you if you're vulnerable enough to talk about it. Some of our listeners, our faithful lock stars are here right now, and I'm not naive and not unaware. Some of y'all on food stamps, and that's okay. Some of y'all got, you know, I guess they don't have food stamps no more, but SNAP benefits, TANF, all that kind of stuff like that. Maybe some WIC in there, all that. You know, some of y'all rely on Medicaid, Medicare. Some of y'all have had situations with disabilities, unable to work, all of that. Some of y'all have, you know, shoot, some of the laws that got passed, like if you smoke cigarettes and you live in Illinois, you better watch out because it's about to get mad expensive. Just driving your car and some gas stuff that's in there. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to play a quick music break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about that stuff. And again, I'm just interested to hear how these things are impacting or are going to impact you, or just how you think the stuff might impact you. So let me try to think what song I want to play right now. What song do I want to play? I think I want to play you know what? I'm gonna play? I'm playing James Olivier. I'm gonna play them just one song, and the reason I'm gonna play them is because Lord, we need to see what you've done, Lord, because who's to say who's done this? So y'all, we'll be right back. Y'all let us know how this stuff is impacting you. We'll be right back. All right, we love y'all. We'll be right back.
Look to the sky, hope is on the way. I know you see love is on display. He has defeated the darkness, making a way for his goodness. Walk in the light, chasing fears away. Come and take paid the price for me. I'll never know, notice how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. Just lift your hands and tell the Lord, thank you. Thank you for sacrificing your life for me. Thank you, Lord. 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 I'm the one that came back. I'm the one that turned around. I came to say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, gotta say thank you. Gotta say thank you. Gotta say thank you. Oh, I wanna say thank you, Lord.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
James and Olivia. Produced by Brandon P. from Anthem Nights.
I'll say thank you. Thank you,
Sacramento,
Lord. You've done so
San
much.
Francisco Bay,
You've done for me.
all that area.
Keep on doing. Over and over.
I guess we'll call it Central Cal, but we just call it the Bay. Yeah. Hey. This bad boy moves, don't it? Hey.
Over and over. Over and over. Thank you, Lord.
Don't this thing move, y'all?
Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for
That's
me.
the jam right there. Hey, y'all, if you haven't done it already, please go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. Go ahead and follow. Go ahead and share. Tag somebody. All that good stuff. You can follow us on YouTube, Zeke Lock. You can follow us on Facebook, Zeke Lock. Follow us on Instagram, although we've not been going live on Instagram due to their new stipulations, and I've not been very active on Instagram anyways. So, there it is. I have been more active on the TikToks, though. So once we can move the live to TikTok, we'll probably start doing live over there as well. So, but for right now, we're just Facebook and YouTube. YouTube being the better listening experience. So thank y'all for everybody who comes into the YouTube world as well. Yeah, this song right here is James and Olivia. Yeah, we had them as guests on the show where they gave us this song, and we've been playing it ever since. I think it's gonna make its way to my church. I think it's gonna make its way to my church. Y'all feel that? Feel it. Morning Cash says this song is danceable. And y'all, real quick, my father is on here. That's my dad. Y'all go welcome my dad. Y'all say hey to my dad. Y'all know I said all to send love to my mama, but go send some love to my dad. That's Bishop John Dyson. That's my father. Y'all go say hello. Y'all wish him some love and all that. One of the wisest people I know. One of the wisest people I've ever known. There he is right there, the man who raised me. That's John Dyson, my father, the bishop. Hey, Dad, what's up, father? What's up, Fasha? All right, y'all. I'm so glad when my dad is here. I really do. I love hearing my dad on here because my dad he keep me in line and make sure I'm up to date on stuff and I know stuff. So he's always been that person for me. And, so there y'all have it. Let's do this. Let's get Eric back. We also have with us the one and only Pastor Rich Holmes. Let me throw them on stage real quick. There's Eric right there. And the one and only Pastor Rich Holmes. There he go right there. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Rich Holmes? I love how Rich has been dancing.
What up?
Hey, Rich.
What's up,
Zeke
bro?
done told us already. I gotta hear it from you, bro.
What?
You told me about when you wore the outfit to the school and the kids were roasted.
I talking about that time you wore that Nietzsche outfit when you was a dean at the school. We was talking about being old. We was talking about being old and then get those first moments. So Doc, I got hit.
We gotta show him the chart. That's what.
Oh yeah, we gotta show you the chart. Yeah, I got hit with my first unk yesterday. My first ever unk. I got hit with it yesterday. Like it threw me off. It threw me off. I wanted he was coming up the stairs. I wanted to just push him. I just wanted to like you call it nigga.
Man,
there's a whole chart now apparently.
Yeah, they call
you
it quick. I started getting unk at like 35.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they hit you with that real quick. Well, this is the chart apparently. This is the new chart right here. If you
okay.
Yeah, that's the new chart. If you so we in the unk range now. We in the unk range.
Wait, the words for the unk is under the unk, right?
Huh?
The ages for the unk.
Yeah, it's right under 40 to 55. Yeah, it's right there.
I still get called big bro too, so.
Yeah, you still in there?
Yeah,
I'm still in there.
I was gonna say, yeah, I get big bro. I hear that a lot, big bro. I hear that a lot. But yesterday was the first time I ever heard that, and it threw me off. It just threw me off. I didn't know what to do with
the hoopers. Is unk all the time. The hoopers, unk. Street dudes or have the sense of street is big bro.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Is unk all day.
So how did that go, Rich? What happened with? Oh, man, I gotta turn my own camera off. What happened with these kids?
If I remember correctly, it was such a tragic moment in my life. Oh my God! Now let me stop. No, I had on. It was a blue. I think it was a blue. Like, oh my goodness! It was a light blue Nietzsche outfit or NYC, however you pronounce it nowadays. And I wore it, and I thought I was fly. And the kid was like, "That is not it, Mr. Holmes. Take that off right now. Don't ever wear that. I'm about to flame you, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes, if you don't get your Papa Smirk looking, and they went on.
Yeah, they hick them all of this.
Right. Oh,
and ain't nothing you can do about it. They shooting you.
But they didn't realize I'm still from the west side of Chicago, so I've been doing this back and forth for a long time. So at the time, I started going back at them, but then they started crying. And that's what I don't understand about these emotional generations. How you gonna start crying after you just came out, got all your energy?
Yeah, I get it.
Dialed up, Mr. Holmes, what you gonna do? Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Huh? And then I went back and forth, and now they want to cry.
Wait, you said let me show you what I'm?
Yeah, but it was a good back and forth. But they roasted me, and I never wore that outfit again. I had the shoes to match. I thought I was killing it. Y'all don't understand.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, John said
the first issue is. Marcus said first issue is it was light blue. You give them all the ammunition they needed. It's the fact that you said that they was like, nah, I'm about to get you. Like they tell you, like they give you a warning. Like, and this is what I'm gonna do.
When they do this at you, you already know it's about to.
You hear the whisperings in the back and like, oh no, what's going on? And then one dude just had to get the boldness and Jarvis. He just had to. Mr. Holmes, now I got to get you, man. And he just went on in. It was over with.
But that's the thing. You start going with them, they start crying. Like now they need therapy. Now they 30 years old. They I remember the time when my high school dean started talking about me, and he said that this, that, the other. We're like, oh my God!
That is on that video too. Remember that stand up that I with Lil Real? He had a teacher roasted the kids back and had them crying and stuff. You got to. Sometimes you got to. And Rich, you missed something else too, though. His video from yesterday.
Which one?
He had expectancy when he got home with Sticks, and shirtless on this video. That was hilarious.
Wives are disrespectful. Wives and children. Y'all are all disrespectful. Wives and children. Y'all are just disrespectful, and I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm not a fan of it at all. I was ready. That ever happened to you? You a married man. You a veteran in the game.
Listen, yes. Who has it not happened to, huh? You think you got to go ahead and hit that home run, and no, you're just gonna get this single today, huh? You may not even get the game. Game may not even start. You know what I mean? You might have to just stay on the website and go get a hot dog and call it a day, pause. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. That's it.
Well, we had a whole conversation about it. I said, I'm coming home. Man, I ain't gonna be there when you get there. Oh, that's all good. I'll be ready when you get home. She came home. I was on the phone. I got off the phone. I came inside. I'm like, let's go. I turn around. This mug that made a taco.
What you telling you? What you say? I want what you say.
I said I want what's coming to me. I want what's coming to me.
That's hilarious. No, that just happened. Yeah, we done played the text game all day. and you just waiting now about this time of night. You know, we didn't, got that oven cooking. You know what I'm saying? We done preheated it and everything with our words because we got some words. But I actually got some things that's gonna come behind them words. Can I get a witness here? Yeah, warm it all up, and then nothing happens. She gets tired. She go to sleep, and we watch a movie, and we eat, and it's over with.
Right, or go eat a taco. How do tacos? How's a taco more important than me? And all of this goodness I'm bringing.
Listen, I've learned over the years. They got everything got to line up. Sometimes, if you're hungry, you can't be hungry. You can't have your stomach hurting. You can't have this going on. The lights got to be on or off. You got to
line up.
You got to make the temperatures right. Oh man, like it's some things to this at times. Back in the day, we go right into it, but now things got to be right.
That temperature thing is absolutely right. That temperature thing. Oh, it's so cold in here. Like oh my god, like, it's too hot. It's like oh my god.
No, you're sweating on me. Oh my god.
That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. What? Don't you want my musty smells? Don't you want my sweat? Don't you want my natural beauty?
Remember, you used to say that to women, and women would give me that. You say all women like the natural musk of a man.
Yeah,
and the women would get so mad.
Hey, there it is.
They're lying if they say they don't. Women, we know y'all like when we smell like we've been working all day. We know it.
Come on. I know y'all.
Rita put in. I remember Rita rehearsed it up, said, "I sure do," and she clapped. So Rita said she liked that fresh from work smell on the guy.
Husky smell, Rita. You like husky smells?
Yeah, she liked the huskiness of it.
I can't see Rita doing that. I can't see Rita doing that.
Yeah, she loved it. Ari was all talking about Jamaica. She said Red come home from work. She
loved when Red just got out the gym. Cool, man. Hey.
You get out the gym. Just fellas, when you get done with the gym, when you get done with a hard day of work, don't take a shower. Don't put on no deodorant. Don't wear no. Just let the natural scent of who you are come on out, and the wife will be attracted. There's pheromones in that. That's what I believe. So there you have it right there.
Auntie gave her response.
Listen, this is a real story. When me and Chate first got married, like I would work and go out and work, and I was accustomed coming home, take a shower, let's chill, we put some loungewear and chill. She was like, the first time I came home, took a shower, she's like, no, we don't do that. I was like, what you mean? You're not taking a shower. You first get it hit. Oh, okay, just be cool and chilling. And I didn't understand that was a thing for some women. Like they didn't like their men to go and not come home and go straight to the shower. That was like a sign.
You can't do that every day.
Yeah, that was me. I go the dirt, get the outside off you, go take a shower. Nah. Oh, you just want to smell the musk? Come on then. Hey, I love you too, girl.
You know it's crazy. It's a lot of dudes that say the same thing. though. I seen a post that was up, and they were talking about that, and it was something along the lines of like a woman taking a shower first. They was just like no, I want a little seasoning on my. Like I was like, oh, like no. When you get home from work, don't go trying to wash that. Like, I was like, oh wow. But I guess that when you got the one that you with, like Bianca said, yes, only for one man. I guess it's like, when you got the one that you with, it's like you want to, I don't know. I guess. I get it.
Smith is one of the strongest people ever created. So
what?
Smith is one of the strongest people I've seen. You ever just watch Smith just move something? I remember he was working at somebody's house with a refrigerator. I think it's Tiana said he just took his hand and just the stove just shoved it, shoved it all over. She's like, how you do that?
Yeah.
That dude is extra strong. Rita, come on now. You're from the wild. Like
blood pressure.
Yeah, we know what y'all like. We know what y'all like.
Musky or smelling like weed. You got two choices, Rita. No. Come on.
Yeah, some of them like both. Well, y'all, we got this stuff we want to dive into because yesterday was July the 1st, and July the 1st, of course, was the end or the beginning of a new fiscal year, and so a lot of laws that went into effect yesterday in different states. So if you're in the state of Illinois, here's a few things. Illinois has a lot of things. I think like over 100 laws that went into effect 100 new rules, regulations, or changes, new laws, other things like that went into effect in the state of Illinois. Some of this stuff might impact you or affect you. So let me just throw her up real quick. Shout out to this young lady.
Taking effect July 1st, 2025. Illinois, your gas just went up 48 cents per gallon. Illinois, y'all sales tax went up. Next, hotels that have more than 50 rooms can no longer give you free single-use shampoos.
Who cares?
Now in Illinois, it is not a failure to appear if you have a minor traffic stop. You don't have to appear anymore. But if you did something and it caused a fatality, now you have to show up in court. Illinois, I think they doing y'all so bad. Y'all tobacco tax went from 15% to 45%. Chicago business owners, you have 4 or more employees. The minimum wage now is $16.60. Now, if you're a tipped employee, your minimum wage went up to $12.62. Illinois is a new law. If you have an Airbnb, you now will be taxed just like a hotel. Starting today, July 1st, 2025. Illinois, you had over 100 laws.
Illinois, don't say Illinois.
Today, July 1st, 2025. So
that's
we'll
wearing
be
me
back
out.
for part 2.
Yeah, that Illinois is wearing me out. But
now, see, that was for Illinois. And Rita,
that was
I know for you,
Illinois.
that tax, that one of them got, I know for Rita, that was a tough spot. Yeah,
I'll tell you one that I do like, that you don't have to appear in court over minor traffic stuff. So reality, like that minor traffic stuff, that has kept so many people back. All the times that I had it ends with the law, getting arrested and all that stuff, all was around traffic stuff. And one time I accidentally missed a court date. I don't even know how I missed it. I had it for I think I just had the wrong date written down. I thought I was supposed to go in the next day. And so my niece's father, my sister's ex, my sister's baby daddy, he was in court the same day. And so when he left out, they had called my name and he said, the judge just put a warrant out for arrest. Like he called me. He called my cell phone, was like, yo, like you might want to call the courthouse like right now. And I'm like, what? Like, oh, snap. So, court's still going on. I don't think I can go up there, but once they put that warrant in, it don't even matter. Like you.
Oh yeah, you go up there. You going.
Yeah, I called my lawyer. He was like, yeah, I was on my way to the courthouse. I'm on the phone with my lawyer. He was like, no, do not go to the courthouse. They'll take you to jail. Do not go. Come straight to this office. Like, come straight here. Just come straight here as careful as you can. Come straight here. I'm like, and this is all around traffic. Yeah. Well, because if I get pulled over, there's a warrant now. Yeah, I got a bench warrant now.
I done got picked up on a few warrants, so it's crazy work. You got the Indiana one up too?
Yep. So what do y'all think about those Illinois ones though? I know that single-use shampoo thing is actually crazy to me. Big hotels, y'all know they have the shampoo and all the stuff that they give you when you go in there. Well, they can no longer give you single-use shampoo bottles. I guess on one hand I get it because environmentally, all of the plastic waste and all that other stuff like that. But on the other hand, like Jesus Christ, right?
I wonder if that's why the hotels are all putting it in the shower things now.
Well, no, because they've been doing that for a while, but they will all be doing it at this point. Though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They all gonna be doing it. Everybody gonna have it in the shower.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean that really didn't bother me too much.
Now 45% tax. Oh, go ahead, Doc.
I would say I bring my own soap anyway.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. But sometimes when you're just traveling, it's on a whim, you ain't had time to get nothing. It's nice to have it there and be able to, do all that. And now it's no more. Or if you ain't had room in your bag for it, sometimes you take a budget airline. I've had to do that a couple of times. And I'm like, I'm not packing all this extra heavy stuff that I don't need in the bag. Like, they'll have shampoo, they'll have some stuff there, and now, nope, not in Illinois. Now, granted, that's in Illinois, so but a lot of people come to Chicago. It's one of the most traveled to destinations in the U.S. I think it's still, I believe it's still at least in the top 3, but regularly it's number 1 travel destination in the U.S. Which was
now Atlanta is.
I wonder
the number 1 travel destination.
No. Illinois.
Well, I know they're the number 1 airport in the world, but
Atlanta's number 1 airport now.
Yeah, they're number 1 airport, but Chicago gets a lot of that traffic because they're central of the United States, and so that's why McCormick Center, a lot of conventions and things come through here. Plus, it's just a touristy town as well. So, so that's Illinois. Now, if you smoke cigarettes, y'all just got a 45% tax on cigarettes. 45%. Illinois tax. If you in Cook County, you got to add on the other tax on top of that. So cigarettes would be about $25. That's how much they cost in New York. So if you smoke, Indiana about to make a killing on cigarette sales, because that's all people gonna do, cross the border, go to Wisconsin or Indiana. So, and then that gas tax, it's going to add about 48 cents or so to a gallon of gas in the state of Illinois. So some things y'all should be aware of, everybody. That's some stuff y'all should be aware of for the state of Illinois. If you live in the state of Indiana, I know for everybody who lives in other places, we ain't really said nothing about y'all stuff, and so y'all gotta apologize. We gotta apologize to y'all.
Well, she do got videos about everybody too.
Yeah, but I wanted to focus on the Illinois, Indiana joint.
Going into effect today, July 1st, 2025. First up, we have the speeding limit on I-465 being changed to 65 miles per hour, since y'all already drive 65 miles per hour.
That's Indianapolis.
Now y'all pay $2 more for cigarettes. I think this got to do with that big, beautiful deal. Next up, trans women and girls. You can no longer play in women's sports K through 12 if you were not born female. Next up, there has been a 2-year ban put on lab-grown meat. Who's your teachers going to love this? Now your minimum pay is $45,000 instead of $40,000. Now, if you are a Healthy Indiana Plan participant, now you have to volunteer at least 20 hours a week to keep getting your state assistance.
Hold on, let me pause it right there.
Healthy Indiana Plan.
Yeah. So for people who are on health benefits through Healthy Indiana. So, and I want to pause it right there. I'll play the rest of it in a second here. But for those who live in Indiana, the Healthy Indiana stuff, like 20 hours a week volunteer time if you're not working in order to keep those benefits. You got to volunteer at the very least 20 hours per week. And that's going to throw a lot of people off, especially if you're raising children. And, and that's people have reasons why they work or don't work. Everybody ain't just not working because they just bums and they just play in the system. Are there people who do that? Sure. Yes, absolutely. Are there most people? No, that's a weird fallacy of thought, I believe, and the studies don't even point to that. So that's going to be tough for some people, man. Let's see.
DEI. They have rolled back DEI. DEI is no longer offered in the government, any state agencies, colleges, or universities. Indiana college students, you can no longer use your school ID to vote. Indiana, if you want to be on a school board, now you have to let everybody know your party affiliation. That's it for right now, Indiana. Come back for part 2.
That last one, to run for a school board, now you have to declare your party affiliation. I don't know if y'all realize how whack one is. Yeah. To run for a school board, you can't just be a community member running for. You got to I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. Exactly. To be on a school board, and all this is centered around what they think is things like DEI in schools, or what's the other thing they talk about, CRT, critical race theory, which by the way, I don't know if y'all are familiar with critical race theory, but no school in America has ever taught critical race theory, because this is a master's level theory. It's a master's level theory to a very specific group of people, namely lawyers, people who are studying law, people who are studying for jurisprudence. Those people study a theory called critical race theory, and everybody don't even study it. But that was one of those things that they just tacked on to in order to get these kinds of laws and things passed. And so now to declare, so if you declare that you're a Democrat and you're running for school board, then the assumption in many people's minds now is, I'm going to be teaching critical race theory and trying to make my kids gay. I mean, that's essentially what they've latched onto. They want girls to play boys sports. They want my kids to be gay, and they want to turn everything into race. And they're using those tropes to basically take away all of the different stuff so they can pass this stuff. And a lot of this gets connected now back to this big, beautiful bill that we're talking about on the federal level. Because again, how do you get that stuff passed and get people to vote against their own self-interests without finding some kind of a straw man to tag onto and make people, go, oh yeah, I don't want them doing this to my kid. Now that's some things that can be fixed, absolutely, but you throw away the whole bath. You don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. And so all the progress and things that have been made in a lot of places are being pulled back quite dramatically. And so that is some crazy stuff that's going on. So if you live in any of those two states, those are some things you need to know about that started up yesterday. Let's see here. Let's keep it going real quick because I think this is important right here. Let me see if I can find this one.
What do you think about Elon Musk and his thing that he wants to start a new political party?
Oh wow!
I think he should sit down somewhere. That's what I think.
Yesterday he started a new political party, and
this is an example.
Weirdly enough, he has a lot of people back him. So now Trump said, "Oh, you want to start a political party?" Tesla do cause a lot of issues here in the country. Maybe we need to not support that and do that over here anymore. And he said no more SpaceX and all of that. Trump told you, you're not doing that no more. I'm shutting all that down.
Yeah. The problem with all of this is he's already got Congress controls the purse, right? So civics lesson for people that might not know, Congress controls the money, basically. It's up to Congress to make laws. It's up to Congress to control how money is spent. The executive branch only executes what was passed by the legislative branch. The legislative means they make the laws and all that stuff like that. The reason Elon Musk is so upset with this big, beautiful bill is because it cut back severely. Matter of fact, it just did away with all the stuff about EV, so electric vehicles. Anything with EV, and of course, Elon Musk's big bread and butter is electric vehicles. In fact, he was the main champion around electric vehicles for the past 15 years now. And so the whole Trump friendship pretty much ended with that.
Yeah. What do you think about
the cut?
What do you think about his other statement he made that he said, there it is. I was looking for that. There it is. He said, hey, just like Trump got into office, he said, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure those that, in other words, he's trying to get out the certain Republican people in those communities. He said, I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen like I've done before. And he said, Trump got in. He said, I got connections to help. He said in so many, I helped him get in. I can help the other ones get out. He said, I'll give my last dime to make sure people don't vote for them in for the next season.
Yeah, this is an example of this is why I don't get so concerned with all this stuff. I get concerned with how it impacts effects, especially with people and stuff like that. With the work we do, we have to be careful to make sure people know this stuff, know how they can act and how they can enact and get their legislators involved and all that stuff like that. But this is an example to me of folks who season looking for power, and then there can only be one big dog. There can only be one at the end of the day. So either the most powerful person in the world or the richest person in the world gonna be. And now they back and forth with each other. But the reality is, in my mind, Trump wins that battle every time, because now not only is the electric vehicle stuff rolled all the way back and cut out, but they're ending birthright citizenship. So Donald Trump said something the other day along the lines of, maybe we need to deport Elon.
Oh yeah, he said he wanted to deport him, and he said the only people that applies to, the born citizen thing is the children of African slaves only. Natural born citizen. He said, "Oh, if you're a slave, your family, which would be black folks, if you're a family slave, you're covered, you're approved. Everybody else." So it's like, now what about, like we said, those children that were born here legally, stuff that does not count no more. They got to get up out of here.
Yeah. Man. On one hand, a birthright citizenship, because a lot of people, and I learned this from a friend of mine, a Nigerian friend of mine. She said that she grew up here in America, but her she said that her parents, their home was always like a home for, when other folks would come over, whatever. And a lot of times people would come over just to have their children over here so that their children could be American citizens. So I kind of get it. America is one of the only places in the world that does that. So on that hand, I do get that and understand that. Like, if you're on vacation in America or working here and your child is born here, your child is a citizen of the United States of America. You can get them up for dual citizenship and all that, but they're a citizen just by the virtue they were born on this soil. So I can understand that from that standpoint. I can. But some of the other stuff they're doing with immigration and everything, I think is just all the way whack. I tell you who not gonna get deported, the first lady. I bet they don't deport her.
That's what I was gonna say. She go too, technically.
She good.
Yeah.
She good.
Yeah.
So what is his biggest thing about
are they good?
Is it just because he feels like they're taking jobs and different things from America? Like, what is his whole take on that? If y'all
Say
know.
that. Say the top part of that question one more time. I mean,
So I'm trying to understand what's his biggest issue with doing deportation. Like, why is he so strong on it?
You don't like?
Because they don't like folks to be over here because they think that they taking our jobs and they're taking our they really what I think at the heart of it is essentially the more people that come in here, it changes the demographic. So it changes the voting structure. It changes how money runs. It changes the power structure. It changes all that. So right now, like in Northwest Indiana, for instance, if you come over to Northwest Indiana, Hispanics are the top population over here at this point. Like every corner you go to is a taco joint. It's Spanish on the sign. Spanish is regularly spoken around here, and folks don't like that because it changed the power structure here in America. So the same way, they can't get rid and deport black folks, but they can do stuff with voting rights and other stuff like that. They can take that, make it hard so it doesn't change the power structure. But folks who are immigrating in here, well, that changes the power structure, and you can't just worry about the voting rights for them. You can actually do a step further. You can get them out of here. So and that's what they're after. But interestingly enough, Trump wants rich and wealthy. He wants only the best of the best to come over here. Here's the other thing they put inside that bill that you can't. One of the things that's inside the big beautiful bill, I do know this, is that you can't send money back home if you're not a legal citizen. So a lot of people come over here working so that they can send money back home. They come work abroad, send money back to their families back home. So something to the tune of 15 billion or something like that. And I might have this number wrong, but it was billions that's been sent from America back to overseas to people's families and stuff. Well, effective now, you cannot do that. Or should I say inside this bill? So that would not be a thing. You can't do it. You can't send money back to your family. So all those Mexican workers, y'all know I grew up in the country, and there's a lot of folks came from Mexico to come work the fields, and they sent that money back home. Came up for the summertime, they worked the fields, and they went home with their money and spent their money. Now, my thing with that is, again, here we are. And I get if it's taxed, untaxed, or whatever, you can get your tax money and then let them do whatever they want to do with their own money. How can you relegate what other people's money, how they spend their money, where they spend their money? Because what about businesses who open up businesses in other countries? They're not leaving that money in that country. It's coming right back to them, such as the golf clubs Donald Trump himself has in places like Scotland or other, you know what I'm saying? All that money leaves those countries and comes back to the corporation here. Now, whether it gets taxed and all that stuff, that's one thing, but the money is not relegated to stay there. And so now it's almost like an economic type of, I'm going to call it economic terrorism to a degree.
But do you know that he gave leeway, though, to his employees at his place he stays in Florida?
Yeah.
He said, no, not them. They can't go, but everybody else can go. Then he turned around and said, wait. He didn't want to do it with the farmers because it's affecting farm food. So the Mexicans, those people that work with them, they're okay to stay. Everybody else got to go. That natural born thing is just crazy to me. And a lot of Africans do send, but also think about it. How many African countries has he banned from you that you can travel to now? We can go to.
Started that now. I said, man,
he banned a lot of them. Y'all not going over there. They can't come here. They can't come here. They're banned. They're banned. They're banned. They're banned. They're banned. In other words, you black people out of here, okay, you here, so it is what it is. But can't no other ones come over, and we ain't going over there. You're not bringing your family back here no more. And that's why I always say they should just tear the Statue of Liberty down. Chop off them words about give us the tire, the porn. That shouldn't even be up there no more. Just take it down. It's not real.
Your wealthy, give us your smartest, give us your, that's where it's
your whitest. Right. Give us those blonde hair, the blue eyes.
Give me your richest. Give me the one
just like
you can pay $5 million for a gold card.
They're killing the Africans, the white Africans in Africa. Nick, are you kidding me? So you give them all free passage to come here. This is now a sanctuary country for them. The white Africans come over here.
Now, for all of you homeowners, everyone who owns a home, you definitely want to hear this one because this is something that's going to be in there. You want to hear this if you own a home, if you purchased a home, and you plan on ever passing that home down to your children.
Starting January 2026, there has been a new inheritance bill that basically says you won't be allowed to keep your parents' house after they pass away. This is outrageous, but the subtext to that is you have to be in a financially stable position to take care of the property tax in order to get the property. Also, you have to be able to, live in the property, which this is just a governmental bully tactic to have all the land. The government is coming after land. That's just period, point blank. And let me just also add that I shared with you on numerous occasions how a lot of land and single family homes are owned by Fortune 500 companies. I also want to add that I noticed that there's these articles floating around that there are millions of single women who live inside of their own home. Guess what the governmental plan could be? The governmental plan could be let the single women have their own home. Let them die in it because it's going to be ours. When I tell you I don't put anything past this system, I mean it.
Yeah. So if you own a home, you want to pass it down to your children, I would suggest one of two things that I heard that's out there and that sound like good suggestions to me. Put your home ownership in a trust as opposed to in your own name. Either that or make sure you got enough set aside that your child, when you pass it down, can not only pay the taxes in order to keep the estate, but so that they can show that they can live in the home. Now, here's the crazy part. If they not live in a home, let's say you live in California and your home, let's say you live in Illinois, your home is in Illinois, but your child grows up, now lives in California. You want to pass the home down to your kid. It's the family homestead, all that. Well, they're not going to live in that home full time. They might decide to rent it out. They might decide a number of things. Well, that's tough luck. Right? Tough luck. You're not going to live in this home. You can't have it. That is the most insane thing I've heard. And she made a mention in there about a lot of Fortune 500 companies and other organizations that own so much land. It's actually a big problem right now in places like California, New York, Nevada. It's a big problem where they build up all of these properties or build up all these homes, or you have people who essentially buy homes and stuff, and their main goal with the home is to just let it sit and appreciate value so that it just adds to their books, but nobody's ever moving into it. Nobody's ever living in it. Nobody's ever. I can understand if that's what they were combating against that stuff, but no, they're coming at people who own the homes and you want to pass it down to your children. So if you own a home, you might want to get a lawyer on the phone and figure out what the next steps need to be starting January of 2026. You might want to start thinking about that stuff this year because, they tell us to go for the American dream, buy a home. That's how you build wealth. What is it? Doc, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's 75%, 70 or 75% of American wealth is home ownership. Yes. And so now owning a home is, that wealth, is going to be stripped from us, right? When we finally start buying homes. I'm talking black people now. We finally get able to buy homes and stuff,
Yeah, no, we did. I just think it's about structure again. And when I hear this, I hear it totally different. I hear it's a plea to telling us to get business structures together. This whole economy is built on business. The United States is built on business. Our leader right now is built on business. So for me, it was getting educated on business scenarios, business concepts, how to turn if you own a property, how to get a trust, how to establish those things. Why? Because they're pushing us to those things. So, and for me, instead of I recognize it, I see it, and I understand it. But now that I'm getting an understanding, here's what they're expecting you to do. If I'm going to put my trust in the system of the world, I need to know how it's working. I need to gain knowledge on it and then set myself in position to be successful because somebody else is doing it right now. It might as well be you. So you can be the person who suggests to be like, oh my God, or let me see how this is working. I don't like the crypto world. Well, they're pushing you to go crypto. Let me see how crypto works. I've made what I need to make in crypto. Let me get an understanding. They're pushing us to owning your own business. Okay, maybe it's a time for me to start doing it. Not just for and here's what I've learned, like some people don't even do business with me personally. They only do business with my business. That's the only way it's going to work. So they're getting you to identify yourself as a entity versus just being a personal person. That's why I believe you got AI models, you got all these other things. They're creating what is the business side of you versus the you. But that's a whole nother, it's another business book. But that's where I see what they're looking to establish. And if we recognize that and see it, we'll be able to put ourselves in position. And that's where I believe God uses me to see those things, recognize what's going on. How can we bring this to the kingdom to build it? Now, do we want to sit and complain and just say, or wait on Jesus to change it because he'll work it out? Or how do we go out there and put ourselves in the structure to make sure we're good? And without just relying on that, but still relying on God's plan for our life. So.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So, these are things that folks need to know. It needs to be aware. You need to be aware of it because this stuff is, this stuff is stuff that's hitting the books. Like Doc just said, this is stuff that's hitting books. This is stuff that's there. And the old systems that you may have been used to, the stuff that it was built on, well, there's a new layer to the tower now. And this new chapter that we in, new chapter in the book, this is what it looks like. So if you're looking to own a home, looking to do all that, like I said, you might want to deal with which you probably will anyways, deal with some kind of a property lawyer or something like that, estate lawyers and all that. But you might want to get a good estate lawyer on your team so that you can, someone who knows estate law, so that when you, not state law, not a state law, but estate law, EST. ATE. You might want to, did I spell that right? ESTATE. Yeah, estate law. You might want to get with somebody who understands that as you're looking to buy a home and looking to do that stuff, or even if you already have a home, if you're going to refinance, whatever the case may be, you might just want to have a estate lawyer on your team. Don't just do that on your own because stuff is shifting quickly. And, it's a lot of information going on around out there. You need somebody who knows what they're talking about to help walk you through it so you don't get 20 years down the line and something happens to you, God forbid, but we all gonna go one day. Like, so, something gonna happen to you. You got children and you thinking that you done left it in your will for them to take this home. And now all of a sudden the state owns your home and it's sold off to the next corporation that can buy it and then rent it out to somebody else while your family just lost a large chunk of its wealth.
But now if you were to give it to a business that your family owns, and now you turn it over to them, they can buy and have your business. You know what I mean? That can be a way you can shift. There's a different way of structuring it. Right. So you just start getting educated on it. That's what they're telling you now. Get educated. How do you want to move? Don't wait 30 years down the line now. Oh, now I'm 60, 70 years old. I need to try. No, prepare now. And that's a lot of times we don't do as a people and as a culture. And that's hoping I'm help in that regard as well. Go ahead and get yourself prepared now. It's okay. Like some people say, we're preparing for heaven. They've been teaching us that all our life. Let's prepare for ownership. Let's prepare for economic growth. Let's prepare for all of these other things that we need in this life so we can go forward and move in the plan of God. I'm always going to come back to it. But you know what I mean? It's just there's ways to move in this world, and they're showing you just educate yourself on it. Knowledge is incredible. It's amazing. It's needed because lack of it, we're going to perish. We're going to be ignorant. And I don't want us just to keep dying off.
Right. Yeah. And that's an area where Black folks struggle. And there's a whole history, of course, around home ownership because home ownership became the main wealth of America on so many fronts, not just wealth because of the value of homes, but when you talk about school systems, because we tied school dollars, money that goes to schools, we tied it to tax dollars of, should I say home valuations. We tied it to that. So that's why some neighborhoods got awful schools, while just next door in the next community, they got the best schools in the state because it was tied to the value. It wasn't like an even spill out. It wasn't nothing like that. So we lose so much, and that has residual effect because kids who ain't educated properly don't move on to have proper jobs and other things like that. They struggle in those, which makes it harder to buy a home. So it's like this horrible cycle. So now when you add this to it, that becomes crazy. So the question was, what does that mean about wills? Well, that's what I say. The state lawyer to help you through that, because though your will, the way it sounds to me and what I was seeing on it means the will means absolutely nothing, because your child needs to be able to show you can leave it to them. That's what you're essentially doing in your will. You're leaving that home to them. But if they cannot show that, number one, they can pay the property tax. So let's say you have a really, really nice home. And this happens a lot, actually, where you got children who aren't living at home. They live somewhere else. Their parents pass their home to them. They end up wanting to move back into that home, but they weren't doing so well while it was out there. But this is how they get this, this inheritance that they get. But now, if they not working a type of job that says they can afford this beautiful home that you worked your whole life to get to, you don't work your life to get this 5-bedroom, 3 full bathroom, finished basement, beautiful yard. You done worked all your life to do that, and the only thing you could see was that you was passing it on in legacy. Well, your child has not worked as long as you have, has not done and built up their bank as much as you have. They just getting started in the workforce. Something happens to you, you leave it to your family and your will, and now they can't show that they can afford to live there, or they can't pay the property taxes to have it. They just lost it. Your will means nothing. So that's the way that I'm hearing it. But again, I'm not an estate lawyer. That's why I say if you buying a home, if you own a home, you might want to just start getting the conversation going with estate lawyers, so that they can help walk you through what's best for you, because your plan might be different than somebody else's plan. Like Rich said, this might be where you need to open up a trust. For somebody else, it might be, well, I'm not going to open up a trust, but I'm just going to make sure there's enough money set aside and my kids know. Whatever the case may be, there's ways around it, but you should work with a lawyer before you just allow something to happen. Like they tell us, have life insurance, add this to your life insurance checklist. If you own a home, specifically for people who may be a little older right now. Absolutely, John. Like for people who may be a little older right now, I hate to talk more because I hate talking about this kind of stuff with my parents, but we understand and know that one day y'all not going to be with us, and y'all have homes and stuff that you might want to leave to your families. So if you're a little older right now, if you're a little more seasoned, all my mamas, all of y'all that own your homes, like you might have a structure set up for how to leave this to your kids right now. You might want to go run that structure through an estate lawyer and see what tweaks and things you need to make to that, so you don't lose your family home, or dare I say it this way, so you don't lose your family wealth and set your family back 3 generations because something changed in the law and we just weren't ready and prepared for it. So I thought that was an important one to catch on to. And of course, that is starting January 1st of 2026. So you basically got 6 months, and that's no time. Like that's no time to be trying to restructure stuff before that goes into effect. And you might want to have those things in place on January 2020. January 1st, just in case.
Which law was that again? The one you just
going passing homes down. Yeah. Or you pass homes down to your children.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Can't do it no more. So this is, you can do it, but there's a lot of new pieces in place that traditionally have not been things that we've had, or some people have nice homes. You say what?
Oh no, I was gonna say this again. If you're in Indiana, if you can get a home, man. Indiana's going to be the place. Indianapolis, they are really building up in there, like real talk. Heavy money coming through Indianapolis right now. If you can get property in there, by the time in 10 years, man, that property is going to be amazing. Price. All because
better
one
get
person.
A state lawyer.
Oh yeah, get that for sure. Because that Caitlin Clark, I don't know if y'all seen this Caitlin Clark girl.
Yeah,
like this basketball girl guy. My goodness.
Oh yeah, she's a money magnet. Yeah, she's an economy magnet.
Like
she's an
economy magnet. Like if you can get a car wash, like in that area right now, it's going to be amazing. So I'm on a couple.
They love her.
Encourage people. And this law is going to help that out in Indianapolis. Heavy what he passed. This big baller block. Big baller bill. Yeah. They call it the big baller bill on the calls, but yeah, it's for the big ballers. That's what they But
shout out to the big ballers, but my heart is for the little man. So like I said earlier, for us in my household specifically, the big beautiful bill is a little scary. Y'all know my wife, it's no secret. I talk about it here all the time. So it's no secret to the people. My wife has sickle cell. Sickle cell puts her in the hospital. She might be in the hospital once every 6 to 8 weeks. And that might be a week stay, to 10 days. You know, you might be a week to sometimes 2 weeks, even not even 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks. There's been times where she went in and she was in there for 2.5 months for different reasons because stuff. So I could see in real world where $500,000 for $750,000 a year could be racked up in hospital expenses for us. Like, and so I know it's a big tax on the government for people with these kind of chronic illnesses and stuff like that. I get it. But we work, we pay taxes, we do all that stuff like that. So I get it. But at the same time, when they start cutting back certain things, because this bill, some of the main things behind it is cutting back Medicare, SNAP, TANF, all these kinds of things like that. All like those kinds of things is going to really actually hurt the majority of Americans. Now, here's the interesting part behind this. This is the most interesting thing behind this whole big beef. The people who are cheering it on the most are people like, especially in those southern states like Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, all those places. You know who this impacts the most? The people in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. Those are actually the most social security and welfare dependent states. They are most people in those states are dependent on welfare, SNAP benefits, all that stuff, and they voted for the person who was going to take it all away. And what I think is even more interesting is the promises that were made from every Republican on the trail is we're not cutting any of that stuff. Well,
and cut all
several
of
millions of people will no longer have this. And if you
majority of their followers, majority of his pool of people, now they're all sitting back. Hey, you did this to us. We voted for you. He's like, so, oh well, fool. Thank you. Now you part of the
self-interest. But this is how they use these straw men. Yeah, but this is how they use these straw men. This is how they use straw men to get people all hyped up, to use issues. Like, I don't care where you stand on the issue of abortion. I don't care where you stand on the issue of race theory. I don't care. None of those things really have anything to do with none of the stuff they're doing like Big Beautiful Bill. So the fact that they get you hyped up on these straw men because it's something that's real to you, that's like me making a post about androids and apples so that I can get people all excitable and stuff like that and keep them distracted about that so that I can slide in and be like, yeah, but really what we're going to do is we're going to cut all cell phones anyways. Like, we're not going to use cell phones no more. You got to have the internet. But I ain't going to say that. I'm just going to say, well, we're going to get rid of apples because Android is better. Well, all the Android people are, yeah, vote them in. Well, it don't matter whether you got an Apple or Android because I'm cutting all of that. But I get you built up on the straw man. That's what they've done with abortion. That's what they've done with this whole critical race theory thing. That's what they've done with everything. That's what they've done with all of this stuff. Like, they got us all hyped up, all excitable, so that we get the votes. They get us angry. That's how the world works. That's why the Bible says, if I can go theological for a minute, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When it says that, it's not talking about just the clothes you wear and because you party and all. It's about being conformed to the systems of this world. We're in this world. We're not of this world. Yes, because we live in this world, you have to understand stuff. Like Rich was just saying, you need to understand it. You need to know how to maneuver and all of that, but you don't conform to it. To conform to it means I'm totally giving in. Because here's what the world system will always do. It's always done this through all of human history. It gets us angry and hyped up over all kinds of stuff that don't even matter to the real point at hand. It doesn't even matter to the real point at hand. So, if I can use just abortion, because that's been the biggest one for the last 50 years that they hyped up. You know why they started pushing abortion? Because they were trying to get race stuff. Bob Jones University and the Liberty Church, they were pissed off that the government said y'all can't have segregation no more. But they can't go out and say that, we're mad because we can't have segregation. And this is real. And mind you, Bob Jones University is a Christian university. When you talk about Liberty and Liberty University and Jerry Falwell with Liberty Baptist, not Liberty Baptist Church, the name of the church is now I can't think of the name. Something Old Road.
Jerry Falwell's church?
Something Road Church. What's it called?
You talking Jerry Falwell's?
Yeah, Jerry Falwell Church. Was it? It's something Road Church. I can't think of it. But they were mad at race stuff changing. They were separatists. Southern Baptist Convention, separatists. And when the government said, we're not going to give you money because y'all are disobeying the law about segregation in schools and not admitting black students, and they got ticked off about it. And next thing you know, abortion starts rising up. And why they do that? So they can get a bunch of Christians who up until that point were not politically active, because most Christians, evangelicals, specifically evangelicals, use this terminology. We're in this world. We not of this world. We don't care what laws y'all got. Heaven is our home anyways. But then the abortion thing came up, and now all of a sudden you activated a whole political situation so that you can get you, and that's how we got Reagan in the office, all around abortion stuff. But it was really all about this other stuff. So they were using that as a straw man, getting people all upset. So that now we get to today's world, and you can't even run for a school board or for the county treasurer or for the what's some other thing that don't who cares what you think about abortion if you're the county treasurer. You run up for the county treasurer and you got on your thing, I'm pro-life and I'm I don't care. Can you count money? That's your job. Like you, but because you ain't qualified for this position at all, but because you pro-life, you got a whole vote block of people that's gonna come vote for you. Meanwhile, the person who is, not saying their stance or saying they're pro-choice, which again, none of it matters because your only job is to make sure the money lines up. You see what I'm saying? And this is the state that we're in. So now it's around stuff like DEI. Now you don't hear abortion as much because they got that overturned Roe v. Wade. So you don't hear that as much. So they had to have another straw man. So now all of a sudden here comes DEI. And I do believe that you should have to say the whole thing. You shouldn't have to say I'm against DEI. You should say the whole word. I'm against diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because now I need to ask you, which one are you against? Are you against diversity? Are you against equity? Or are you against inclusion? See, they use it, and then they use all the nicknames. So again, it's a straw man. So now you hear DEI. They stole our word woke. That was our word. Black people, wake up, be woke, get woke, like understand what's going on. They stole that. It's like we're getting rid of woke, the woke ideologies and all that. Like don't even know what that word means. You know what I'm saying? So
Crazy.
So they're using these straw mans, and you have to, it's crazy. They're using these straw mans, and you have to be able to see what's really going on, what's really happening. Now, I will point to a little bit of this, a little hope that's right here. The big, beautiful bill is not passed as it stands, at least as of right now. And I don't know if something happened last night I don't know about, or earlier this morning since we've been on the show.
He's been signing on the 4th.
Yeah, he's going to sign it on the 4th, but it still has to go back to the House. This is only the Senate that it got through. So it got through 50-50 in the Senate. J.D. Vance, the vice president, did the tie-breaking vote. One more Republican said no, it wouldn't have got to the Senate, but because 3 of them said no to it, including Rand Paul, who has been one of Trump's butt buddies for a while. So, but even he said, no, this is bogus. I cannot do this to my constituency. So, people like him start saying that, then something got to be wrong, because he don't care what we do to his constituency.
The other chick that was singing his praises, Margie, bad built chick, saying the same thing.
Yeah, Margie Taylor Greene.
She said this is not good. She said it's going to hurt more people, and he was like,
it might struggle a bit in the House. It might struggle in the House because the House and Senate have to essentially have the exact same bill. The upper chamber and the lower chamber have to have the same thing. And so now it's on its way, the House version now, to get those things the same so they can get to Donald Trump's desk by Friday. But here's a little bit of thing that you can do. I'm gonna share this from Artenise Myrick and Reverend Sierra over at Live Free, because they do this work.
This is Artenise from Live Free, Illinois, and I'm calling you for this critical.
Can you turn that up?
I can't actually. That's as loud as it gets. I realized that was so low.
Bogus bullshit bully billionaire bill that's coming down from Trump's administration. We need you right now to call your congressman to tell them to vote no. This will slash healthcare. This will slash Head Start. This will already make black communities that are already scarce and without resource even more lacking. We need to make sure that our communities are safe and have what they need. As a young black woman who's lived in over 20 different communities and has grew up all over the place. We've seen what Black communities look like that are being divested from. They're getting ready to steal from our communities and actually isolate us. I need you to call your congressman now. Call your cousins. Ask them to call their congress people because we can push back. We don't have to wait till elections. We can stop this right now today.
Clap.
Not the clap in the
Black
teeth.
folks, boy.
Not the clap in the teeth. That's Artony Myrick that's on the screen, and Reverend Sierra Bates Chamberlain is the one who was holding that. They're they basically run Live Free Illinois, if you want to call it that. They basically run that. So Reverend Sierra is the executive director, and Artony is the lead organizer. And so what they're basically saying, I know that video was a little bit low, but in case you weren't able to see the captions as they were reading, there is still time to call your legislator, and this is where Black
Can you put a number up? Is there a number we can put up?
Oh, there's so many numbers. Yeah, I don't have a number to put up because this all depends on where you are. This is calling your personal legislator. Yeah. So my number will be different than your number, and both our numbers are different than Rich's. So and everybody that's on here. So you have to call your legislators that are at the House. Call your federal level legislators. Don't call your state legislator. This is not the time for your aldermen. That's not who you're calling right now. You need to get on the phone with your state, like your federal level from Congress, because they have to now vote on this. So when they get those calls flooding and they think constituencies are going to, that's when they'll vote no. And so I would even add this to it. I would say, tell your white friends, and I hate to put it this way, but tell your white friends who are really going to be impacted by this that they need to vote no on this bill. And here's the thing, there's some good stuff in it, yeah, sure, but there's some stuff, in order to pull the good stuff off, they got to take it from somewhere else. And there's no other way around it. You can't just print money. It just don't work that way. So it has to come from somewhere. That's how government works. That's how systems work. And so, there's a lot of people that's going to be impacted and affected by this. And so this is not meant to scare people, but kind of. So, I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to shake you to at least understand, trying to shake you a little bit to understand this is what's going on. A lot of us, unfortunately, a lot of our people just aren't politically engaged enough and understand what's happening. We just kind of be, well, hey, let them do what they're going to do over there. And then, we end up in situations where food prices are so expensive we can't even afford to eat. Like, we can't even afford to go to the grocery store. You buy 2 bags of groceries, $150. I mean, 2 bags with the groceries, $150. So it's not going to be long before most of us going to be needing some kind of food assistance. And you got to understand, again, so that we can get out of here, but you got to understand, like, when we talk about these benefits, it ain't all just on a personal level. That's the great fallacy they keep in front of us. I don't call it fallacy. That's the great straw man, I'm gonna keep using the word, that they put in front of us, that this is gonna impact individuals. You gotta understand, if you live in a community like the one I grew up in, where a lot of people got food stamps and stuff like that, well, there's only a few grocery stores that are in those areas. And if most people who are on food stamps now lose that, guess who else loses out? All those stores, all those merchants, all of those. So this has a residual impact that really what I think is going to happen. We'll get 4 years down the line. The government tides will shift. We'll have a Democrat in office, and they'll take all the blame for all the residual effects that will start now, because that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. So, So.
And what I just sent you, and Rich, make sure y'all watch that. That is interesting. It's a black guy who's talking about, can Trump deport black people if he chose to? They said legally, no. But due to the new thing that was passed, Supreme Court says local courts cannot stop him. So if he decides to write an illegal bill to say, or law to say, deport blacks, the Supreme Court has already said, unless it's a class action lawsuit, no local courts, state, none of that can get in the way. They can't do federal blocks or nothing. It's like whatever he says goes. So if he can get tomorrow and say, I'm tired of blacks in Chicago, they all got to go.
Executive orders carry a lot more weight than they're supposed to now, than what it was framed to do. And the Supreme Court did that intentionally. Yeah,
it gave them all power.
Did that.
You may have had 3 or 4 on the Supreme Court. One lady said, I think she's white. She says we have just given him the right to void the Constitution. You know, another one said we have now taken away civil, all rights are no longer null and void under his administration, as long as he's in charge.
And because the court is so young, it's probably going to be decades. Literally, it'll probably be decades before that gets overturned because the court is so young. So, you know, it'll probably be decades before a Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court doesn't make laws, you know, but they interpret the law. And so they've allowed for a lot of this. And so, again, this is not to scare, you know, if you're a Trump supporter, then, hey, knock yourself out. Go for it. If you are a non-Trump supporter, then knock yourself out. At the end of the day, whoever you support, this is just what it is. This just is what it is. So this is where I think that we now have responsibility. Those who have platforms, those who have churches and groups and other things like that. Now is where I think we have the responsibility to make sure that our circles of influence know and understand what's going on around us. Whether you don't got to tell them what to think about it, what to like it or not, but to at least make sure they know, because unfortunately in our community, we've not always been so knowledgeable about things that are going on with laws and other stuff like that. And we think the stuff doesn't impact us or affect us. And as a result, we don't vote. As a result, things change and then we get even more mad. So we're in a cyclical situation of being angry while not taking actual action. But now is the time to get organized and to pass information along and to make sure to be intentional about that stuff, to be intentional about it. The Black church has always been the place where we gathered and learned this kind of stuff, where we organized. We wouldn't have voting rights right now as Black people if the Black church didn't get involved. We wouldn't have civil rights as a people if the Black church didn't get together and get involved. Right. So somewhere down the line, this reform theology came in that just started teaching us that no, you don't have to worry about what's going on in the world, because you do. You live here. Even the Bible tells you to pray for those who are in authority, so that you would live peaceable lives. Now, they weren't under a democracy, so they only rely on praying for those in authority. We live in a democracy. We can pray for those in authority, but we can put those who are in authority into power or take them out of power. And because we don't think that our voice matters, then, you know, that's a great lie. Our voice matters. Our voice matters. That voting block that we have matters. And that's not to say we all a monolith. We're going to land at different places on different things. But we all know somebody who's going to be impacted by what's going on here right now. And we need to, at least at the very least, make sure they know and understand what this is, so they can start making choices, like that whole housing thing. So you can start making choices to make sure you don't get caught with you don't get caught with your tail tucked, or you don't get caught with your head in the dirt. You don't want that to happen, you know, but it's too late. And so that's all we're trying to do today. Get informed, go do some research, some study, but at the end of the day, find out who your local legislator is for Congress. And then reach out to them and tell them, hey, and find somebody else's congressman. I mean, some of these districts where they are Republican districts, let them know we don't want y'all to pass this. And it looks like it's already going to struggle a little bit in the House because even Republicans are like, nah, like we didn't even get a chance to read this. I said, yeah, this, I didn't even read it. Y'all wanted us to vote yes to it overnight. And this is so it's going to struggle a little bit over there. And I don't know.
The fact that he said something. How do you feel about, on the other note, about your boy and his court case? Those judgments.
Who's that?
You saw his judgments?
No.
He was found not guilty on 3 of the major ones and guilty on 2. So he fell out of court. So now they are debating to go ahead and let him go home until sentencing. The prosecutor no, he ain't going home, because the thing is he may have not been convicted. He was only convicted of one thing, right? The other ones, they was like, nah, we gonna let him slide on them. Huh?
What they found him guilty on?
He was found guilty on these 2. And the reason I brought him up is because I'm tripping. I'm like, something that somebody said after this. Here it is. He was found guilty on. Here it is. So in all his charges, he was found guilty. He was acquitted of the racketeering, sex trafficking, and was found guilty on the lesser of the two charges of transportation of former girlfriends for prostitution. So the judges have said they're asking, can he just now be released today by 1 o'clock and go home until sentencing? But the prosecution said the ones he's guilty of, they're going to go for the max amount, which is still 20 years of jail time he can get. But his supporters are saying they've reached out to President Trump to see if they can have him pardoned. So he's hoping that he can walk away. Now he's still facing 20 years. They say each count, the two counts he's guilty of, each is a 10-year mandatory. So he has 20. Dude is going to be in his 70s, almost 80 if he gets out. But he's now banking on his friendship with the president to make this go away.
I think in today's world, with everything else is going on, I think they need to put that 80 trial just to, at the end of the day, that won't impact a single person.
It won't impact nothing.
One way or the other.
And
it will
when I
not
read that,
impact a
it won't
single
impact
person
nothing.
other than the people involved in the case.
And that's why when I read that, I said that the whole point of it was the fact that he feels like, in these powers that be, these rich men feel like they can get away with stuff. And all I gotta do is call, I got his number. So that's the point of the thing. The lady said, after all him and Weinstein, all these dirty guys do what they do. But the main guy who's the president, who's accused of stuff, is their friend, who they can say, hey, I need your help. Your pardon. It goes back to yesterday we said, the power of the rich. Zeke and I had this conversation. And at the end of the day, people would get mad, would have been mad at what you said yesterday on the phone, but white America won. At the end of the day,
they won. It was built for them, so
Yeah, they won. They won. They got this. So hopefully,
white America, Black America.
No, ain't no Black America. It's white America when they won.
I don't even think there's a white America and Black America. I said that in jest, but I think there's owning America and those who don't own America. Now, who can own it is the whole, is where the battle starts to happen. But it's all, at the end of the day, the Constitution was built, and this is any political science major will tell you this. This is political science 101. Yeah. The Constitution was made for white men who own land. Period. Constitution, we ain't never got rid of that Constitution and changed it. We made amendments, but the heart of the Constitution is white men who own, not women, not white people, men who own land. Land, not own businesses, not own. You own land. You own America, which again, that's what it's built on. Now, how they're structuring it, there's a lot of other pieces that go to it, but at the end of the day, that's what the Constitution was built for. And so again, like Rich said, if you don't know how to play the system, you're gonna lose it every time. But the way that they keep you from
the movie Founder about McDonald's.
That's a good movie.
McDonald's. It's about owning land and then building on top of it.
Yeah.
All that changed my life.
Yeah, which is why they're trying to take away. Like, this is what I'm saying to the owners of homes. This is about getting land back. It's about taking land. Why is the black community so messed up? Eisenhower did an awesome thing with the interstate system, but he also did a horrible thing in the black community. Who paid for that interstate system? When they put those interstates, where did they go? They went straight through our communities. How did they do them in white communities? They went around white communities. That's how you ended up with places like 465 and stuff that goes around the community and makes it easy. But the ones that went straight through, into downtown and stuff, they just got rid of apartments and homes and houses and everything. Public domain. I mean, not public domain. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? When the government can just take your land and just for government purposes.
Wait, you
don't know what I'm talking about.
I ain't got it.
Public domain is pretty off.
I'm just too early for me. I ain't got it.
What? It's not public domain. Y'all know the word I'm looking for. I said public domain to do myself off.
It's domain.
Lord, geez, I can't believe
it's domain. That's what they call it when the government.
Eminent domain. There we go. Yes, eminent domain.
Eminent domain when they can just take your land, private land.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Yes.
Yep. And that's what they doing.
And that's what this law is. This is written in as eminent domain. So y'all, oh, thank you so much. It is right there, eminent domain. I said public domain, and that threw me off. That's a music term or art term, not music, but I mean, anything that's creative or whatever, trademarks and all that. So So anyway, those are things that y'all need to know. That's new. I think everybody should know that stuff that's going on, so that y'all can make proper choices and things going through the next half of this year, especially you homeowners, and all of that. People who are on certain benefits and stuff, you're gonna start getting letters in the mail just telling you your stuff is cut. It just is what it is. That's the way it's going. Like I said, in my household, we dealing with it right now. So if you need a face of somebody who's impacted by it, y'all think I'm a hard worker? Y'all see me? I work hard. I'm not a lazy bum. I'm not just sitting at home just smoking weed and drinking drinks and playing dice on the corner. I'm not doing that. I'm out here working in the community. I'm working at the church. I'm doing all this stuff. I got music I do. I do all this stuff, and yet I'm finna be impacted. So if you need to put a face to it, let me put myself in the center screen. If you need to put a face to it, of somebody whose household is finna be impacted by this stuff that's going on, because you want to call everybody a lazy bum and they deserve what they got coming their way. My number is 773. My email, well, you can email Zeke Live in the morning and tell me I'm a lazy bum. Tell my wife she's a lazy bum so we can know it, because that's the fallacy that they give us, to the straw man they give us. And so we breaking against that. We're not going to deal with that and live with that no more. So, all that to say, it's time to go. I got a meeting in 10 minutes. So I got to get off of here. Let's do our round table real quick. I know we just did a lot and we went over today again, but thank y'all so much for locking in. Hopefully we shared something that was of value to everybody. Hey, give them people your round table real quick.
Yeah. Hey, we wanted to make sure you all were aware. Some of you I know keep up with the news, but some of us don't like watching the news, right? Because it's depressing, it's sad, it's scary, it's troubling. But if you are a believer, you have to, this is when you rely on everything that you say and you put your trust in God to help you and to guide you. And that's why you have to be in the safeness of God, under the ark of safety. This is when you really pray and ask God, what direction works for me and my family? And then pray. This is another time when churches and ministries and businesses and those that say we love people like we love, like God wants us to. Hey, you churches with your food pantries and other organizations, now you need it. Churches, now is when the people are going to need you more than ever. So get your programs in place, because the people are going to be coming for help. And this is what you're here for. Be the hands and the feet of Jesus across this country. So, hey, when it's time for the next time to vote coming up, vote for who's in the houses and all of that. You got to do all your voting and all that good stuff. But again, don't panic, but trust God. That's all we can really tell you at this point, is to not panic, but trust God for who he is. And remember that God does love you. Jesus gave all for you, give all for him. And I'm going to hand it over to superstar pastor Rich Holmes.
Let's see here. I think I just
took that's my bad.
That's my bad.
There you go. Hey, listen, y'all know I've been reading these books about meditation, and here's a prayer that it has for specifically in times of uncertainty. I thought this was pretty dope. I'll share it. Dear God, in this moment of uncertainty and change, we turn to you for your guidance and strength. We acknowledge the challenges that arise from decisions made by leaders and lawmakers that will affect and impact millions of people. We ask for your wisdom to light up the path forward, not just for ourselves. I think that's important. Zeke talked about that, but for all of those that are going to be impacted. Help us to remember that your kingdom is one of love, justice, and hope. May we find comfort in knowing that you are and still in control, even when the world feels chaotic. Grant us the courage to support one another during these times, to stand for justice, and to work together towards a future that reflects God and your values. We place our trust in your plan, believing that through faith and the power of unity, we can overcome adversity and build a better world. May your peace and understanding guide our hearts and minds in the days ahead. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Hey, listen, like I always say, life is choice driven. You'll live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. Stay focused and stay in faith. Talk to y'all next time.
Shout out. Yeah, y'all. So there we have it, everybody. There we have it. Thank you for that prayer there. Yeah. If I can give y'all a scripture to read so that you can, if you think the Bible don't talk about doing this kind of stuff, I want to encourage you to go study the word justice. I want to encourage you to study the word righteousness. It ain't about just not having sin, but in the Old Testament, that word is much more linked to how we deal with our fellow man, how we are with them. So if I could give you Amos 5 and 24. Amos 5 and 24. But let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Anybody who's putting a straw man in your face to get that way and making you vote against your own interest or work against your self-interest or your own stuff, that's not justice. That's not righteousness. And I don't care how much they say, but we love God. We love Jesus. He's the greatest ever. Everybody say that because it's a point of fact. But that don't mean you actually living up to what he's about. And so don't let, just because somebody get on, we do this all the time as Christians. Somebody says something good about God and we just jump on it. Yay, they are a Christian. We get all excited and then they just walk us right down a path that's unjust. So, study that stuff. That's all good. One more time, put this on the screen, and then we out of here because I got a meeting at 5. Tomorrow night, Healing Voices. Y'all come on out for this. I want to see y'all there 8 p.m. with Silver Gospel Choir School of Vocal Arts. Woo! It's going to be a good time. This is going to be awesome, and I really want to be all there for that one. So hopefully we've given y'all some conversation today that is good for you. Hopefully we've given you some conversation that gives you something to think about and something you can take with you and pass on to the people you know and love so that they'll do all right in this crazy times that we live in right now. So Mama said phenomenal show. So there you have it right there. So we know it's she says informative, so it must have been good. So there it is right there. Listen. Yeah, E, I guess you can't get no breakfast today, right, E?
Yeah, she out and about, and there's no breakfast happening today.
No breakfast today.
We'll see what I got in my refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm single man. It's all frozen foods. You gotta thaw stuff out.
Right.
Oh man.
We'll see.
Leftover dinner for breakfast. That's what I'm having. Hallelujah. Leftover dinner.
Or
I like that.
My next friend. I'm about to order that. So
all right, y'all, everybody. I shall holler at you all. Y'all have a good rest of the day, everybody. Y'all be blessed and educate yourselves. All right. Peace out.